They do the Grinnell system, and it's something that we're used to seeing now. So we have a specific game plan to slow them down a little bit and limit their possessions and make them guard us a little bit in the half court and control the basketball. And it's always a different style of play when we play them. So seeing them multiple times now, we're ready for them.
And the fact that they're averaging over 100 points a game, they come down, they shoot a lot, is that something you mentioned about slowing them down? Is that something you're going to try using different types of defenses on them?
Yeah, we'll come out, we'll try to stop the ball high, and we'll just, really try to, make them defend in the half court, and we still expect them to come down and shoot the ball right away and crash the boards hard like they do. They have some good drivers, they have some good shooters, so they have a couple different dynamics that they use on the offensive end. But if we can keep the ball in our hands for as long as we can when we have the ball, then that's how we'll limit their possessions.
Has the lack of success caused any problems with the team in terms of confidence?
I don't think so. I don't think so. They are very focused and they are really buying into what we're telling them. They're, they are focused on, and they know that the conference season is what matters. They know we're right there. If you look at, we're about 1.5 points away from our opponents in our scoring average and against what we give up. So, I think that is a little bit of fuel for their fire, and I think it's at this point a motivator for them.
Are you still trying to find those combinations, those right combinations at times?
At times, yeah, but we have a lot of people who can play with a lot of people. So in practice we mix it up. It stays competitive, and everybody comes focused and ready to go.
It seems like the young kids are starting to get involved, and Shayna and Shelby have done a nice job of mixing into the rotation.
Oh, absolutely. They're two I have high hopes for them as the season continues to go on and into their careers. Shelby Nelson's just playing, very well down in the post for us. Shayna comes in and gives us some good hard minutes. She's playing hard now. She's adapting to the defensive philosophy and really starting to understand the concepts that we're trying to get across. And we're excited for our two freshmen and what their careers hold.
What are the improvements you'd like to see out of this club?
Just, closing out on games. We're right there, and we give up a run late in the game is our tendency at this point. And if we can just take away that last final run that we give up, or just react to it a little bit better, and down the stretch, we're playing with teams and we're really close. And if we can just close out games and take care of some of those controllables, we'll be okay in the long run.
Who have been a couple of the surprise players that you've really been impressed with for your team?
For our team, I being with a lot of the girls several years now, it's not so much of a surprise. I've just been really pleased with, especially Mary Fitzgerald. She's definitely our staple, and her and Jillian DeLucia, they really do a nice job at that point guard position. And a lot of people were wondering who's going to play your point for you after Lauren left, and I think they have really gravitated to that.
We apologize for cutting the interview with Amy Nespajani short because we wanted to get to the national anthem, and now we're going to move over to Fred Schultz for the pregame announcements.
First for Olivet Nazarene Tigers, 5'8" senior from Moline, Illinois, wearing number 10, Miranda Gieber.
Gieber comes in averaging 19 points a game.
A 5'7" senior from Cary, Illinois, number 22, Liz Bart.
Bart comes in averaging 16.9 points a game.
A 5'7" senior from Wentzville, Missouri, wearing number 25, Taylor Amos.
Amos comes in averaging 9.2 points a game.
A 6-foot senior from Aurora, Illinois, wearing number 33, Mallory Adams.
Adams comes in averaging 13 points a
And a
contest.
5'10" junior from Bristol, Tennessee, wearing number 44, Dakota Hack.
Hack comes in averaging 7.5 points a game.
This is Lauren Stamatis.
As we mentioned, Olivet Nazarene comes in at 5-5 overall.
And no!
And 2-1 in the CCA.
5'8" senior from Napanee, Indiana, wearing number 1, Lindsay Steffen.
Steffen comes in averaging 13.3
A
points a
5'7"
game.
senior from Scottsburg, Indiana, wearing number 10, Megan
He was averaging 2.3 points a contest.
5'6" senior from Fishers, Indiana, wearing number 11, Jillian DeLucia.
Lucia's averaging 6 points a contest.
A 5'8" senior from Livonia, Michigan, wearing number 23, Mary Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald is averaging 6.8
And a
points a
6-foot
contest.
freshman from Mishawaka, Indiana, wearing number 35, Shelby Nelson.
Nelson comes in
Her third
averaging
season as
5.4 points a
HolyCross
contest.
Saints, Amy Nesbajani.
And our officials for the contest this afternoon are Dan Fisher, Kevin Kelly, and John Larson for the women's game. HolyCross comes out decked out in the white uniforms with the maroon numbers trimmed in silver. Olivet Nazarene in the purple uniforms with the white numbers outlined, and it looks like an old gold with white stripe with a tigers down the side of their shirts here. Different colored shoes. Looks like there's some purple in their shoes, Dwayne, as HolyCross has a little bit of different. And Dwayne, it's going to be interesting to see how HolyCross comes out in the early going and handles this defensive pressure. That was one of the things that Amy Nesbajani mentioned as one of her keys. She said, we have to get after them on the defensive end and try to force them into doing some things they don't want to do.
And here we go. Get set to rock and roll because this is going to be fast and furious. HolyCross gets the jump, and they're on the move, moving from our left to right. They quickly get it to Lindsay Steffen. Steffen to Jillian DeLucia. Again, the ball-hawking, double-teaming defense by Olivet. Now here is number 23 with it for HolyCross, Mary Fitzgerald, and there is a foul called. And it's going to go against number 44, Dakota Hack on Olivet. First foul of the game. As Fitzgerald will inbound for HolyCross and gets it out top to Jillian DeLucia. DeLucia with it, almost loses it to Shelby Nelson. Now to Eve. Here is Steffen at the free throw line. DeLucia, Shelby Nelson with it. Now to DeLucia. Backdoor cut, and there's Lindsay Steffen for a layup and good. And it's 2-0 HolyCross. Good patience there by HolyCross. And the fresh five coming in right away here for Lawrence Stamatis' club as the shot is put up and blocked out of bounds. All sorts of people will try to get them in as they come in, but it's going to be a free-for-all here.
Yeah, I see number 11, looks like Courtney Allenbaugh.
Jane Stewart, Sarah Kearney is in, Ashley Freeman. And now here is Jocelyn Nicholson, has the ball tipped away. And Nicholson trying to find a player. Now Ashley Freeman puts up a three, it's good. Ashley Freeman, a three-pointer. Olivet has a average of 52 three-pointers per game, so they'll be hoisting it up quite a bit here. And it's 3-2 favor of Olivet. Battle for the basketball as, again, the patience by HolyCross. Jillian DeLucia, double team, gets it to Mary Fitzgerald out top. 14 seconds on the shot clock. That's the one thing. You can't hold it forever. It's Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has the ball taken away on a turnover, and it is stolen away by Courtney Allenbaugh. Allenbaugh, here's a three put up that is in for Ashley Freeman, and she has back-to-back threes, and it's 6-2 in favor of Olivet. Very quickly the other way, and a fresh five ready to check in.
It looks like the original five is going to come back in the game.
Here is Lindsay Steffen with it. Steffen to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald back out top to Jillian DeLucia. Looks like a 2-1-2 press or defense, and Fitzgerald goes right down the lane from the right side and scores 6-4 in favor of Olivet. Now back the other way and up and in off the glass. That's Jane Stewart. And now a timeout by Olivet just for substitution purposes. That's all it's going to be. We'll get right back to action here. This is not uncommon as Lawrence DeMattis in her second season picked up right where Doug Porter left off.
Yes.
Say that fast 3 times. Now here's the inbounds and a turnover. Traveling called on Megan Eve.
And now for all your travel needs, contact Cardinal Bus, 1-800-348-7487. 2 turnovers for Holy Cross.
Now inbounding, it's Mallory Adam. And now Holly Carter with it. Carter puts up the shot, and in and out, no good. She's fouled and will go to the line for 2. And I will tell you, the foul is on Mary Fitzgerald, I believe.
Yes.
That'll be her first, and the team's first. Now Holly Carter at the line, and I'll tell you, they substitute Matt so quickly that on one possession I'll be giving you some names, and on the next possession it could be somebody completely different. This is the kind of game that Olivet plays. First free throw, it's good. It's 9-4. We'll be lucky to get the score in at times. Now 10-4 as both free throws are made.
Well, the funny thing is, Dwayne, all 10 points have come from the people who did not originally start the game.
Not surprising with this bunch. Here is Holy Cross with it. Now a pass tipped away and stolen away by Olivet. And now a foul is going to be called blocking on Holy Cross. Megan Eve picks up the foul. The ball was tipped by Mallory Adam on a cross-court pass, trying to get into the lane from the near sideline in front of the Olivet bench. And it's a turnover. Still 10-4 Olivet, and they have the basketball and are on the move. Remember, they average 117 points in 3 road games. Now here's a shot put up, no good, and tipped around as Holly Carter's shot is no good, but the rebound and the drive put up from the right side is good by Mallory Adam. Mallory Adam scores. The lead is up to 8. Here is a full court press. It's Fitzgerald to DeLucia, and another fresh 5 ready to come in for Olivet. Fitzgerald with the basketball as they'll slow things up. DeLucia with it, gets it over to Megan Eve. Still the ball-hawking press, and these fresh lays can continue to do that for the full 40 minutes. Here is a Shelby Nelson pass underneath, put up by Jillian DeLucia, and she scores. 17 minutes to play in the first half, 12-6 Olivet. Very quickly the Tigers come back the other way, and here's a foul. It'll be charged to Lindsay Steffen as Miranda Giever.
And they're going to call it on the shot, so
Giever will get 2. Giever averaging 19 points a game. She's one of 4 players that average in double figures, and there are 7 players on this team that average at least 7.5 points a game. So that's amazing. 7 others besides the 4 that are in double figures. First free throw, no good. And here we go with the substitutions. A lot of them, maybe the starters, Taylor Hames, although Jocelyn Nicholson back in.
And the ironic thing, Dwayne, is that Holy Cross is 3 of 3 from the field, but they've turned the ball over 3 times.
Yep.
So it's been feast or famine for the
second free throw. Good, 13-6 in favor of Olivet. Ball knocked away. It'll stay Holy Cross basketball. 16:53. You're listening to women's college basketball action here on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Mary Fitzgerald will throw it in. Matt Copsey along with Dwayne Lewandowski here. And here is a pass, and it goes out of bounds, turnover. It will belong to Olivet.
And it looks like they're going to give it to him right where it was because nobody touched it. So Olivet's going to get the ball in their own front court over here.
Right in front of the Holy Cross bench, throwing it in bounds will be Jocelyn Nicholson. And she can't find anybody. Now does get it down low to Sarah Kearney. Kearney throws it away, trying to get it to Liz Bard. It's turnover against Olivet. 13-6, Olivet with a lead. Megan Eve will throw it in for Holy Cross on the far sideline. Gets it off to Jillian DeLucia. Lindsay Steffen with a pass. Now looking for help. Gets it from Megan Eve. DeLucia, touch pass to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald over to Shelby Nelson. Underneath, good move. Layup, good. Nice passing that time by Holy Cross. 13-8, the lead down to 5.
And if the one thing, Dwayne, if Holy Cross can show a little bit of patience, they are finding some gaps in that defense.
And a foul has been charged as driving the lane, Taylor Hamus. She'll probably go to the
Jillian DeLucia is going to get whistled for her first foul. He'll be out of bounds. That's 14 fouls already on Holy Cross.
So I was wondering if that was on the shot. Here's the inbounds from Jane Stewart and gets it right underneath to a wide open Liz Barton. She scores. 15-8. Now cross-court pass as Holy Cross trails by 7. Mary Fitzgerald with it. Gets it to DeLucia. DeLucia almost gets lost over the timeline. Now a pass to
Another line change.
And yes, as
Mary Fitzgerald with their second basket.
Scores on the assist from Lindsay Steffen, and it's 15-10. The lead back down to 5 very quickly. Jane Stewart with it. A long three put up, no good by Liz Bart. Rebound taken away by HolyCross. Now with it is Lindsay Steffen. She gets across the timeline and beats the press. Cross-court pass to DeLucia. Now DeLucia to Shelby Nelson. Nelson top of the key. Cross-court passes. There are a lot of passes going quickly. Fitzgerald with it once again. Top of the key. Man-to-man, it looks like. Now they sag back into his own. And open underneath is Steffen and missed the layup. And you can't miss those opportunities against Olivet. Liz Bart very quickly the other way with it for the Lady Tigers. Shot put up and blocked by
nice block there by Fitzgerald.
Off of Liz Bart, and it will be HolyCross basketball as a fresh 5 comes back in for Olivet.
And for HolyCross, Carrie Barnes, number 2, and 54, Fran McCarthy check in, and Jillian DeLucia, and it looks like Shelby Nelson will have a seat for HolyCross.
Lindsay Steffen with the basketball. Gets across the timeline, now gets it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald has it knocked away, retrieves it. Gets it over to Megan Eve to Fitzgerald. Bounce pass. Back out to Fran McCarthy. Now down into the far corner, Megan Eve. Here is Steffen. She drives past to Fran McCarthy. Puts up the left-hander, and it rolls in. Fran McCarthy, who had a big game against Olivet here a year ago, gets her first points, 15-12. Lead down to 3 with 15 to go in the first half.
And HolyCross 6 out of 7 from the field.
Here's Ashley Freeman, and the ball is taken away by Courtney Allenbaugh. Now a long three put up and nailed by Holly Carter. Holly Carter with a 3, and it's 18-12, and a new line change coming in once again for Olivet here on the next stop.
Carter with 5.
Here's Lindsay Steffen. A pass ahead to Carrie Barnes. Barnes with it. Now the ball stolen away by Courtney Allenbaugh, and she will go all the way up and score. Courtney Allenbaugh with a steal and layup, and it's back to 8, just that quick. 20-12, and the full-court press applied again by the Tigers. It's broken easily as Lindsay Steffen crosses the timeline and gets it back out top to Fitzgerald, to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy, top of the key to Steffen. Steffen to Fitzgerald. McCarthy. McCarthy down to the right side to Megan E. Back out top to Mary Fitzgerald. 14 on the shot clock. 14 minutes to go in the first half. 2-3 zone now applied by Olivet. 6 seconds. McCarthy looks down low. Pass underneath to Fitzgerald. Misses the shot. No good. Underneath, and the rebound comes off to Jessica Gehrig of Olivet. Gehrig with the basketball, gets it off, and a timeout for a substitution change only. Or are we going to get something here? No, they are going to take
full timeout.
And we'll take one too. 13:48 to go in the first half. Your score, Olivet 20, HolyCross 12. You're listening to Women's College Basketball on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
More students than ever are considering HolyCross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? HolyCross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. HolyCross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. HolyCross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. HolyCross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit HolyCross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Being entertained here by the HolyCross Pep Band here at the McKenna Arena at the File Center. Matt Copsey and Dwayne Lewandowski, 20-12 in favor of Olivet Nazarene with 13:48 to go here in the first half, and Olivet will take claim of the basketball here in their own court.
And they lead it by 8, and now here's the inbound to Miranda Gieber, who has yet to score, and she's their leading scorer. Now a drive to the basket, put up, and no good on the shot there by Jocelyn Nicholson. Battle for the rebound, and Olivet gets it and goes up for the shot and is fouled. Taylor Hamas comes out of there with it, and the rebounding margin starting to get a little bit out of control here on both ends of the floor. Olivet hustling and making plays and getting opportunities, and now free throws coming for Taylor Hamas.
And Lindsay Steffen picks up her second foul, and that's the team's 5th. So it looks like Carmen Lowe will check in after this first free throw attempt.
It's good. And it's now 21-12 as Olivet enjoys its biggest lead here in the first half. Jillian DeLucia coming in, so is Carmen Lowe. And one more to come here as the lead could expand to 10. 13:37 to go before halftime. Second free throw also good, and it is indeed a 10-point lead for Olivet. Full court press applied. Kerry Barnes loses it as it was knocked away, but it will stay with HolyCross. Taylor Hamus with a nice defensive play for the Lady Tigers.
Kristen Nitka checked in as well for the Saints.
Now here's an inbound. It goes to Kerry Barnes. Breaks the press ahead to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy back to Barnes. Barnes looking for help. Gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy looking for a cut to the lane. Nice pass from DeLucia. Up and in for Carmen Lowe. Carmen Lowe with the basket. 22-14 Olivet. Now quickly a long three put up by Taylor Hamus, and it's no good. And now a fast break the other way for HolyCross, and they lose it out of bounds. Turnover, and a fresh five coming in for Olivet. All sorts of players. Let's see here. Another five.
33, Mallory Adam, number 11.
Carly Nicholas is also in for the first time. Number
20,
5.
Jane Stewart with the basketball now.
Mallory Adam also. Now, here is a long three put up by Ashley Freeman. No good. And a foul on Olivet. It'll go the other way. And it is on number 5, Carly Nicholas, the 5'6" freshman guard from Mummins, Illinois. Here's the inbound now. Full court press applied by the Lady Tigers. And the ball almost stolen away. And now DeLucia has it. DeLucia gets it across to Fran McCarthy as the trap comes away. Here's Nitka. Now out to DeLucia. Ahead to Barnes down to the far left corner. Kicks it back out to Nitka. Top out, top to DeLucia. Now underneath for the pass. And it's up and in for Kerry Barnes. That's the idea here for the HolyCross offense. We'll get to it in a second. Here's a long three again put up. That's an air ball from Freeman, and it'll go to HolyCross. Here comes Kerry Barnes with it. Barnes gets it to Nitka. Back to Barnes. Barnes to Nitka. Nitka out top to Jillian DeLucia. 22-16 Olivet leads, was 12-16 and counting here in the first half. A 2-1-2 zone applied here now by Olivet. Here's Nitka with it, and Barnes puts up the shot from the left baseline and gets the ball to drop. And the lead just like that from 10 now down to 4. Here comes Olivet very quickly the other way, driving. It's Nicholas, puts up the right-hander. It's no good from the lane. Gets the rebound, and a long three put up by Jane Stewart. No good. Rebound off to HolyCross. It's Jillian DeLucia to Kerry Barnes. Barnes quickly up into the front court and back out to DeLucia. And Olivet slows things down here on defense. Instead of the trap, they played a 2-1-2 zone. Now, here is Kerry Barnes. Thought about a three. Fran McCarthy looking back out. Jillian DeLucia will take that three from the top of the key. No good off the front of the rim, and the rebound comes down to Mallory Adam. Adam across the timeline, 2-on-1. Wide open, bad pass, but saved. And then underneath on a turnover, Fran McCarthy, and Carmen Lowe wasn't ready for it. And the ball on the ground, it's still on the ground, and it looks like a jump ball possession. That'll go to Olivet. Fresh five for the Tigers.
And Dwayne, that was the first three-point attempt that HolyCross has done because they've been able to work the ball so well inside there. Now 9 out of 12 from the field.
22-18. That could have had a possession there. You got to take care of the basketball on every possession, if possible, with the kind of pressure that Olivet applies. Now here the Tigers are with it again, and here's a short jumper from the left side, and it's good by Jocelyn Nicholson, and it's 24-18. Olivet. Here is Barnes with it. Barnes looking, gets it to Megan Eve. Megan Eve to Nitka. Nitka ahead to Kerry Barnes. Barnes across the timeline with it and gets it to Nitka, and Olivet goes back to that full court trap press, even in the half court, and the ball knocked away. It'll remain HolyCross basketball, and Mary Fitzgerald back in for Kristen Nitka for Amy Nesperjani's crew. Matt, I think Amy Nesperjani wants to spread the offense in the half court and look for that pass underneath.
Exactly, and I think Carmen Lowe was in position there to take that shot, but she tried to make the pass. I think maybe she was afraid that she was going to get her shot blocked, and that's why she tried to make that pass.
Maggie Gondek into the lineup for the first time today for HolyCross, and she gets the inbounds, gets it off to Eve. Eve gets it to Kerry Barnes. She's trapped, now gets it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald down low to Gondek, and Gondek is fouled from behind as a fresh five ready to come in. Sarah Kearney is charged with the foul for Olivet. And that's just the third foul here in the first nearly 10 minutes of play on the Tigers, as a fresh five comes in once again for Lawrence DeMatteis' club. And Holy Cross will inbound underneath their own basket as Fitzgerald to inbound. Fitzgerald looking, gets it to Megan Eve, and now Fitzgerald into the right corner. Tries to get to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy does retrieve it. Now back out top to Megan Eve. Eve into the corner. Down there is Shanna Anderson, who's also into the game for the first time for Amy Nesbitt-Johnny's club. Now the ball stolen away. Nope, retrieved by Fitzgerald. 13 on the shot clock. Here's Eve. Eve with it, drives to the right side, gets to the baseline, passes underneath to Anderson. Now to McCarthy with 5 on the shot clock. McCarthy puts up the shot, no good. Air ball, foul on Holy Cross. And it'll go against Fran McCarthy. All that saved was a shot clock violation as the ball never hit, and a fresh 5 coming in once again for Olivet Nazarene.
And the Holy Cross showing good patience there, but they let that shot clock get a little bit too low there, and McCarthy was forced to take a shot probably she didn't want, was not in position to do.
Here is the inbounds, gets it to Miranda Gieber. Gieber quickly into the paint, kicks it back out, and a traveling call, and that takes away a three-pointer that would have accounted for Jessica Garrick, but took a little too many steps there to set up the shot, and turnover against Olivet.
Yeah, travel called Cardinal Bus, 1-800-348-7487.
Here's the inbounds. Fran McCarthy tries to chase it down, cannot do it, but
deflected.
It was deflected off by Miranda Gieber at the end there trying to save it, so a break for Holy Cross. They'll keep it. 10:08 to go in the first half, 24-18. Olivet, the Saints are hanging in there. Here is a inbounds, and it gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy looking for some help, gets it off here to Shanna Anderson. Anderson. Megan Even out top is trouble, and Olivet makes them pay as Gieber steal, way up and scores. Miranda Gieber averages 19 points a game, her first points from the field.
Yeah, she's got 3 now.
And it's 26-18. Here is Gondik with it. Gondik over and taken away, a turnover. Good defense by Olivet. Here is Gieber with it. Gieber is a fresh 5 ready to come back in for Olivet, and a turnover, traveling called on Jocelyn Nicholson.
And 4 turnovers now on Olivet Nazarene compared to 9 for Holy Cross.
Olivet giving the Saints chances. Jillian DeLucia back in it. It's just that the Saints have not been able to capitalize as often as they would have liked to. DeLucia in, Anderson out for Holy Cross. Now DeLucia gets the inbounds, gets across the timeline, and Shelby Nelson loses it out of bounds. And it goes off of Olivet last as Sarah Kearney touched it last for Olivet. It'll stay Holy Cross basketball. 26-18, Olivet with the lead. Here's the inbounds, and it goes out to Megan Eve. Double teamed. Eve gets it to Shelby Nelson. Nelson cut into the lane to Gondik. Back out to Fitzpatrick. A lot of good ball movement here, trying to keep that pressure applied off balance from Olivet. Now a pass underneath. Maggie Gondik, the right-hander, no good. Megan Eve with a rebound. It's blocked, taken away by Gondik, and stolen away by Carly Nicholas, and a foul will be charged. Or no, was it just knocked away? It'll just be knocked away, but it is a turnover on Holy Cross Olivet basketball. Quickly inbounded now to Jane Stewart. Stewart drives left side, and the ball stolen away by Jillian DeLucia. Nice play there, turnover, and here come the Saints. And here comes another 5 ready to come in for Olivet. Pass underneath, Shelby Nelson, and she gets it to DeLucia for a shot up, no good. There was some body contact, no call. Rebound Holy Cross. It did not touch the rim, so the shot clock still at 15. Ball go out to Mary Fitzgerald. Now Fitzgerald to Shelby Nelson. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Fitzgerald way out top. They sag into the zone. Pass thrown away. Turnover on Olivet. Correction, on Holy Cross. Olivet will get the basketball.
Yeah, that's 11 turnovers now for the Saints.
Another opportunity gone by the boards here, Matt. And you know, you got to like what Olivet does too. They come at you in that half-court trap, and then when the shot clock starts getting down, they sag back in as a three-pointer is no good by Taylor Hamus, and the rebound comes off to Megan Eve, and timeout Holy Cross. And it's a full. 8:26 remaining in the first half here from the McKenna Arena at the File Center. 26-18, Olivet over Holy Cross. You're listening to women's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
What will you experience in the next 4 years?
At HolyCross College, you'll find
small classes, personal attention, individual help, and professors who really care about your success.
Friends from around the country and around the world.
Hot majors and prime internships.
Sports, marching band, ROTC, arts, clubs, and residence halls on campus.
International travel programs to Africa, India, Europe, and South America.
faith, service, and Catholic masses.
We have it all at Holy Cross College. It's affordable, private, faith-based education for your mind, body, and spirit.
We're a small college connected to the big Notre Dame community.
The Holy Cross experience is like no other.
At Holy Cross, you'll gain the experiences of a lifetime and the experience you'll need for a great resume.
For more information, call 574-239-8400. That's 574-239-8400. Or visit experienceholycross.com.
Holy Cross College at Notre Dame, Indiana, because experience matters.
Did you know that Gates Automotive Group is the #1 seller of pre-owned vehicles in Michiana? Gates sells more, which means Gates can give you more for your trade-in. Stop by any of our locations at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy Road, Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion South Bend, Gates Island Road, and Gates at Granger. The Gates Automotive Group has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. Doing what I was going to say before we went to the timeout is that the defense by Olivet Nazarene has done a good job of forcing Holy Cross away from the basketball. When they were getting it closer, they've been forcing them out and forcing them into those bad passes there.
Now back with it the other way for Holy Cross. They're trailing by 8 here, 26-18. Fran McCarthy to Shelby Nelson. Nelson underneath the Fitzgerald off the left side in the glass, and it's good. Mary Fitzgerald cuts the lead to 6 at 8:07 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Fitzgerald now at 6.
And here's Holly Carter with it. Carter gets it back off to Liz Bart, and a new 5 coming in, and a long 3 is up and no good in the battle for the rebound. Jillian DeLucia. That 3 was taken by Mallory Adam of Olivet. That was no good. Now here's the Fitzgerald. Here's Shelby Nelson with it. Nelson back out to McCarthy as they spread the offense. Now DeLucia lost her dribble and lost the ball. Turnover. Liz Bart with it the other way for Olivet. Driving up, putting up the shot, and a foul on Holy Cross. It'll be a 2-shot foul, so the subs will have to wait to get in.
Yeah, Megan Eve will pick up her first, and that's the team's 7th. So
Carrie Barnes will be checking in momentarily also for Holy Cross, and going to the line will be Liz Bart for Olivet. 26-20 is our score in favor of the Lady Tigers. 7:39 to go here in the first half. Bart, a 5'7" senior guard from Cary, Illinois. Here's the first free throw. It's up and good.
Bart now, I'm sorry, Troy. I just said Bart is now 14 out of 15 from the line this season.
Jessica Gehrig will be checking in for Liz Bart here momentarily if Bart makes the free throw. 27-20, the lead looking to get back to 8 for Olivet. They've led from the outset. Here is the second free throw coming, and it is up and good. So now our substitution, Jessica Gehrig, coming in to finish off the new 5 for Lawrence Thematis' club. Full court press applied once again. 28-20 our score, Olivet with the lead. Trouble getting it in. Now Fran McCarthy has it for Holy Cross. Murray Fitzgerald quickly across the timeline, driving down the left side. Gets it back to McCarthy. McCarthy swinging it to Eve. Turnover. And here comes Olivet with it. And that is Jocelyn Nicholson. Gets it over to Geaver. Geaver drives left side. Puts up the shot. No good. Battle for the rebound. Comes out to Olivet. Another pass out here to Geaver. Geaver thought about a 3. Now drives into the paint. Puts up the shot. And missed the shot. Didn't get the roll. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go off of Olivet. Off of Sarah Kearney. And Holy Cross basketball coming in now for Holy Cross. It'll be Shanna Anderson once again, and Megan Eve will come out. Inbounds for the full court, gets it to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy, that's from Anderson, now gets it to Fitzgerald, back to Anderson, 2-on-1. This is when you got to make hay and a foul as down goes Shelby Nelson. The foul will go against Olivet as a new 5 ready to come back in. And it's on number 12, Jocelyn Nicholson.
And that's only 14 fouls on the Tigers.
7:02 to go in the first half, 28-20 in favor of Olivet Nazarene. Inbounds here underneath the Saints basket. It's Fitzgerald looking, gets it. Shelby Nelson shot up, no good from about 6 feet. And here we go the other way with it. And it's Olivet. And up with it is Jean Stewart. It's no good. And a foul has been called on Holy Cross, and it's Carrie Barnes. And that'll be the team's 8th. And going to the line will be Courtney Allenbaugh.
Number 11, Courtney Allenbaugh on the line.
Allenbaugh to the line for Olivet, and it'll be a 2-shot or 1-and-1. I believe she was going up for the shot, so no, it's a 1-and-1. Foul was that's right. It was after the shot and then the rebound, and the foul happened there. So the first free throw is good. It's 29-20. Olivet looking to get back to its biggest lead of the game, which would be 10. Here is the shot, and they do. 30 20, Olivet over Holy Cross. 6:52 left in the half. Here's Kerry Barnes with it. Barnes looking for help. Fitzgerald, touch pass to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy to Anderson. Anderson back out to McCarthy. McCarthy to Fitzgerald to Kerry Barnes. Barnes double team. Now almost triple team. Now gets it to a steal here by Jane Stewart. She saw that coming. The pass intended for Fitzgerald. Stewart with the steal, and then she throws a bad pass. Kerry Barnes steals it in the paint, and quickly here come the Saints. Barnes gets it to Fran McCarthy at the top of the circle here, and now here comes all the way. Shelby Nelson puts up a shot and is swatted away, and no foul called. Shelby Nelson can't believe that one, and a fresh 5 comes in for Olivet. 6:18 to go before halftime, 30-20 in favor of Olivet. Here is Fitzgerald to throw it in underneath the Saints basket, gets it to Kerry Barnes in the right corner, dribbles back out to the front court. Now Fran McCarthy looks and underneath, and Fitzgerald missed a point-blank shot, but gets a rebound back, and they'll get another chance for Holy Cross. Here's Fitzgerald with it. Fitzgerald over to McCarthy. McCarthy tries to dribble into the paint, does so with some difficulty, and now gets it to Kerry Barnes. Barnes puts up a shot underneath, off balance, no good. Battle for the rebound, and the foul is going to go against Olivet Nazarene. And it'll go against number 12. That's Jocelyn Nicholson.
And Nicholson will pick up her second, and that's the team's 5th.
And going to the line for a 2-shot. No, it'll be out of bounds, I believe. She was setting up to go to the line was Shanna Anderson, but that was on the rebound. So Holy Cross will inbounds here. It's trailing by 10, 30-20 with 5:54 left before halftime. Now here's the inbounds to McCarthy. McCarthy on the give and go to Anderson, who missed the bunny. There's the rebound put back, however, by Shelby Nelson. And now the other way, Megan Eve, and here's a long 3 put up, and it's no good by Taylor Hamus, and a battle for the rebound. Kerry Barnes comes out of there with it for Holy Cross. Now here is Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to Anderson. Anderson back out to McCarthy. McCarthy double team. Gets it to Shelby Nelson. Nelson is a fresh 5 ready to come back in for Olivet. Here's a battle way out top, and it's Fitzgerald with it. Underneath, waiting alone, and scoring is Shanna Anderson. And the lead down to 6 again, 30-24 in favor of Olivet. But here's Geaver with the shot up and no good off the back iron. Gets her own rebound, puts up another shot, no good. And the battle for a rebound comes off of Olivet. It'll go to Holy Cross, and here come the substitutions for the Tigers.
And Dwayne, Holy Cross is doing just enough to stay in the ball game. They need, if they can get a couple of defensive stops and come down, they can maybe get this under 6. It just seems every time they can get it to 6 that Olivet has a way to get it back up to 8 or 10.
Well, here comes Kerry Barnes with it. Barnes looking to Shelby Nelson. Now Fran McCarthy. McCarthy over to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald delivers it to Anderson. Anderson almost pass was stolen as ball hawking defense here. Kerry Barnes with it. Barnes with 12 on the shot clock. Here's McCarthy. Here's Anderson. Anderson puts up the shot from the left corner. No good. And a rebound. Kerry Barnes underneath. Kicks it back out to Shelby Nelson. And they'll reset the offense with Fran McCarthy out top. Here's Fitzgerald with it. And Olivet will sag back into the 2-1-2 zone. Defense. And a fresh 5 ready to come in just that fast. Now, pass underneath to McCarthy. McCarthy back out to Fitzgerald. 13 on the shot clock. Here's a pass in the corner. Knocked away by Courtney Ellenbaugh. And here are the substitutions all coming in. Dakota Hack back in. So is Holly Carter. So is Sarah Kearney. Also Miranda Geaver and Carly Nicholas. I wanted to do that once, man, just to get all 5 in if I could. And now here's a shot put up, and it's no good.
Got her on the arm, though.
As Shelby Nelson will go to the line for 2. The foul on Olivet.
I think Sarah Kearney's going to pick up her second foul and 6 on the team.
Nelson drove into the paint from the left side and got fouled, and now Shelby Nelson will go to the line. Nelson, as a free throw is no good. She is only a 40% free throw shooter, so she has struggled from the line. Megan Eve back in, and Anderson will come out for Holy Cross. Here is the second free throw. It's up and no good as both are missed. Megan Eve comes out of there battling for the rebound. Jump ball. It should go to Holy Cross.
Good job of Megan Eve there to fight to keep that possession of the basketball.
Nice hustle there from Megan Eve, one of the smaller players on the floor, to battle for that rebound. Now, here's the inbounds. Fitzgerald underneath her own basket. Throws it away as it's stolen on the inbounds. And very quickly, it's Carly Nicholas. Goes up with a shot. Doesn't make it, but is fouled by Holy Cross. That's too bad there for the Saints. The foul It's going against Kristen Nitka. That's her first and the team 9th. It'll be 2 shots here in the final 4-8 the rest of the first half for Olivet as Carly Nicholas goes to the line and makes the first one, gets the shooter's roll. 31-24 in favor of Olivet. And they look to get it back to 8 here. Here's the shot put up and also good. Yeah, it was too bad because it was a nice play by Eve to get that jump ball, and then the inbounds pass was thrown away. Now, here is Eve with it. Nitka to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald nearly loses it. Again, heavy pressure applied. Nitka out top, looking for anything to break open underneath is HolyCross. Nitka with it with 13 on the shot clock. Now it's Shelby Nelson in trouble. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Another fresh 5 ready to come in. Fitzgerald with 6. Pass underneath. Fran McCarthy puts up the shot. Is fouled. Doesn't get it to go. But Fran McCarthy will go to the line for 2. As
Sarah Kearney's going to pick up her 3rd foul.
So Sarah Kearney, and that's the 7th on Olivet. And Fran McCarthy will go to the line. Fran is 71% free throw shooter and makes the first free throw. And the fresh 5 are in for Olivet.
HolyCross now 1 out of 3 from the line compared to 11 out of 12 for Olivet.
As a team, HolyCross only shooting 64%, so that could be improved as far as Amy Nesbajani is concerned. Here's the second free throw. It's also good. And it's 32-26, lead down to 6. The Saints still hanging in tough. 3:40 to go here before halftime, and Olivet with it, Jane Stewart. And a long 3 put up by Liz Bart is no good, and Fran McCarthy gets the rebound for HolyCross. Now here's Nitka. Nitka back into the middle, gets it to Fitzgerald across the timeline. Fitzgerald looking. Megan Eve has to reach back, makes a nice grab for it, and saves what would have been a bad pass. Now here is, or a turnover possibly, and now here's a pass to Nitka. Nitka over to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy out top to Mary Fitzgerald, looks underneath, ball tipped away. Ooh, and they're going to say it went off Fran McCarthy last, and a fresh 5 coming back in for Olivet.
Yeah, 16 turnovers now for HolyCross.
Another chance there would have cut it to 4 without a shot being taken.
And that's the encouraging thing, Dwayne. They've turned it over 16 times, but yet they're only down 6.
32-26. They've done a good job up to this point on the three-point defense.
Yes.
Which they have pretty much good. Of course, I say that, and there's a 3, although it's no good. And the rebound as Fran McCarthy hits the deck, but Fitzgerald comes out of there with it. Now gets it to Kristen Nitka. Just under 3 minutes to go here before halftime. 6-point game, HolyCross trailing, and now another turnover, saved by Megan Eve, although there was a possession change and they reset the shot clock. Now here is Megan Eve with it. Eve to Nitka. Nitka over to Shelby Nelson, and another fresh 5 ready to come in for Olivet. Here's Shelby Nelson with it to Nitka. 14 on the shot clock. Fitzgerald with the top of the key. 2-1-2 zone applied. Here is Megan Eve, 8 on the shot clock. Here's Fran McCarthy. Puts up the shot and scores. Nope, traveling call before that. And a fresh 5 in once again. Jillian DeLucia comes in for HolyCross. That's a tough break there for Fran McCarthy.
Yeah, because you get that bucket, it's down to 4, and you're maybe going for a 3-point play to get it down to 3.
Here's the inbounds, and Olivet with it quickly. It's Miranda Giever with it. Giever guarded by Eve, kicks it back out, and a long 3 put up. And traveling is extra steps taken by Mallory Adams. So,
and Dwayne, that would have been real tough if they would have hit that 3, because that could have been a possible 5 to 6 point turnaround there, where you had 2 or 3 down here and they get 2 or 3 here, but instead it evened us out with the turnovers.
Oh, here's a dangerous pass with Fitzgerald. Jillian DeLucia gets it down. Now Fran McCarthy back to DeLucia. DeLucia to Nitka. Nitka with it. Now looking and into the far corner, and it's thrown away. Stolen by Liz Bart. Turnover.
18.
Here is Bart with it off the left side. Now setting the offense. Under 2 minutes to go. 32-26 Olivet with a lead in the ball, and Giever into the paint. Puts up the 13-footer and scores. 34-26 to lead back to 8. You can only have so many chances, and another steal. Turnover, and Olivet with it. Now here's a long 3 put up. It is traveling, and that helped because that went in also. Taylor Hamas called for traveling, and a fresh 5 once again for Olivet.
That's 8 turnovers for Olivet.
34-26. HolyCross trailing Olivet with 1:40 to go here in the first half. Only down 8.
Yeah, and Dwayne, I have Olivet 3 out of 14 from 3-point range.
Here, if they ever start heating up on that, look out. Now here's a pass underneath. And it is out to Anderson, back out to Shelby Nelson. Nelson to Nitka. Nitka now DeLucia, back to Anderson. Anderson cross-court pass, and those are always dangerous with this club. Ball was deflected, so no over and back. Now here is Shanna Anderson with it to Fran McCarthy, puts up a wild shot, no good, and the rebound taken away out there by Courtney Ellenball. All alone underneath, put up and in for the layup. Jocelyn Nicholson beat everybody down the floor and got the high percentage shot with 1:05 to go. The lead extends back to 10 again for Olivet as a fresh 5 ready to come in. Now, here is Shelby Nelson with it. Nelson looking back out on the front court. It's DeLucia. DeLucia to Shelby Nelson. Now back from the corner, it's Nitka. Nitka looks underneath, and it's Anderson. 48 seconds left. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll remain HolyCross basketball as the new 5 comes in for the Tigers. 46.6 seconds to go before the half. 11 on the shot clock. It's 36-26 in favor of Olivet. And right in front of the Olivet bench, DeLucia throws it in to Anderson. Anderson, double team. She's in trouble and loses the ball, turnover. And very quickly taken the other way for an easy layup and score. That's textbook defense that Olivet likes to run. Taylor Hamas getting the basket, the recipient of the Dakota Hack steal.
And that's the biggest lead of the afternoon for Olivet Nazarene at 12.
Getting away from the Saints here in the final seconds of the first half. 20 seconds to go. Carrie Barnes with it. There's only a 1 second differential on the shot clock and the game clock, and now another turnover taken away by Megan Eve by Courtney Giever, Miranda Giever, and now here's a long 3 put up, and it is no good by Mallory Adam, and a battle underneath and a foul, and it'll go against Olivet. So with 4.4 seconds to go, and a fresh 5 still going to check in the final 4.4. Jessica Gehrig with the foul. Darn it, I had done such a good job on names right up until the end when it got crazy. 4.4 to go here in the first half. 38-26 in favor of Olivet, but Shelby Nelson can at least get it back down to 10 here, the 12 being the largest lead of the first half. Here is the first free throw attempt, and it's off the glass and in. And Shelby needed that one as she's been struggling from the line this season, as we mentioned earlier.
I was going to say, they're going to take. I think she'll take it any way she can get it.
Second free throw up and good. 38-28, 4.4, but the way Olivet gets down the floor, hey, almost threw it away, and it is. We have a turnover with 3.3 remaining, so the Saints will get a chance here, and they'll get it at half court. 3.3 as Jillian DeLucia will get it in off the turnover. DeLucia looking. Carrie Barnes has it, runs right in, and a traveling call. Great defense there. And I'm thinking that was Jocelyn Nicholson, who could have picked up her 4th foul. She made the stop as she had position, and traveling called, so turnover the other way with 2.2 left. Now here's the inbounds for Olivet. Clock has started, and Jane Stewart with a long shot, no good. Gave it a good effort, just came underneath the net. And we have played one half of basketball here at the McKenna Arena inside the File Center. Our score, it is Olivet Nazarene 38, HolyCross 28. We'll be back with some halftime stats and facts. You're listening to women's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
More students than ever are considering HolyCross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? HolyCross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. HolyCross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. HolyCross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. HolyCross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit HolyCross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Matt Copsey and Dwayne Lewandowski back here at the Ken Arena at the File Center, where Holy Cross trails Olivet Nazarene 38-28 here at halftime. And Dwayne, you know, we made the comment here, and we're going to actually be joined by Pat Doherty here. Pat will help Dwayne do the halftime show here. As I'm going to go go talk to Holy Cross men's basketball coach. But Paul, sorry, Dwayne, before I head off, the thing that I was impressed with the most was, even though Holy Cross turned the ball over 21 times, they still maintained their poise over there in order to get some to stay in this ball game.
Well, certainly Olivet has helped out in that cause by missing quite a few three-point attempts, and we'll get to those stats. They are 3 of 15 in the first half. If some of those go down, it's a very different story, Matt, but you do have to say that Holy Cross still has a shot in this game, because they're only down 10. In the type of game that it is, Olivet gives you chances to stay in it and to keep with it, and if you can just make your possessions count, it would be very advantageous for Amy Nesper-Johnny's club to do that. As I am now joined here by Pat, and
well, this is a weird dynamic, Dwayne. I think this is the first time we've ever sat down at a broadcast table together.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, Pat.
Pretty awesome feeling here.
Yeah, our score 38-28 Olivet, and we've got the kind of half we expected from Olivet. They're substituting freely and often, and they had the full-court press, their half-court trap, and then they break back down into a 2-1-2 zone when the shot clock starts going down to see if they can stop the passes that are underneath and force the outside shot. So they're doing what they have to do, but they're 3 of 15 free throws, or 3 of 15 from the three-point range has helped keep this game a little closer than it could be. Holy Cross has done some things well at times, but they have let some chances get away. As we look at the first half stats, we'll start with Olivet. Miranda Gieber, who comes in averaging 19 points a game, 2 of 6 from the floor. She was 0 of 1 from the line and has 4 points. Liz Bart, 1 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 4 points. Taylor Hamus, 1 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line for 4 points. Mallory Adam, 1 of 3 from the floor, and she has 2 points. Dakota Hack did not score. Ashley Freeman, 2 of 4 from the field. She has 6 points, both of those being threes. Carly Nicholas, 0 of 1 from the field. She's 2 of 2 from the line for 2 points. Courtney Allenbaugh, 1 of 1 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the line, and she has 4 points. Jocelyn Nicholson, 2 of 3 from the field, and she has 4 points. Holly Carter, 1 of 3 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line, good for 6 points. Jane Stewart, 1 of 4 from the floor, she has 2 points. Jessica Gehrig and Sarah Kearney both got action but did not shoot or score. So first half team totals for Olivet, 12 of 33 from the field, 3 of 15 from three-point range. That 12 of 33 good for 36.4%. 3 of 15 on three-pointers, only good for 20%. 11 of 12 free throws, and that's good for 91%. They have 12 total rebounds, 6 offensive and 6 defensive, only 8 team fouls. They also have 9 turnovers, 5 assists, and 2 blocks, and 13 steals in the first half. We have 4 players with 2 and a bunch of others with 1. And so, Pat, there's the first half look from Olivet's point of view. They've pretty much done everything they want to do except make 3-pointers.
Well, and it's one of those things, Dwayne, when you look at what Holy Cross is trying to do, and they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds, but just not being successful getting the ball back up. Only 1 3-point attempt, which I think against Olivet, they like to guard that perimeter, as you talked, especially early in the shot clock situation. But I feel like there's been a couple open looks for HolyCross where maybe the confidence hasn't been there to take the shot, where they've been 15 feet out in those mid-range jumpers. It'd be interesting to see in the second half if Coach Nespajani tries to build that confidence and say, hey, if you have an open look, take the shot.
Right, and not only that, but some of the underneath shots that you have to make those. I know you're feeling rushed and all that from the pressure, but some of those the easy bunnies that you talk about, those have to go down. You just can't miss opportunities like that when you get them, because they've done a pretty good job splitting the floor, I thought. And as we look at HolyCross here in their box score, Lindsay Steffen 1 of 2 for 2 points. Megan Eve 0 of 1 from the floor, did not score. Jillian DeLucia 1 of 3 for 2 points. Mary Fitzgerald 3 of 5 for 6 points. Shelby Nelson 2 of 4, 2 from the floor, also 2 of 4 from the line for 6 points. She and Fitzgerald share team high honors here at halftime. Carrie Barnes 2 of 3 from the floor for 4 points. Kristen Nitka did not score, neither did Maggie Gondik. Gondik 0 for 1 from the field. Shanna Anderson 1 of 3 from the field for 2 points. Carmen Lowe 1 of 1 for a 2-point total, and Fran McCarthy 1 of 3, 2 of 2 from the line for 4 points. Totals in the first half for the Saints: 12 of 26 on the floor for 46%, 46.2 actually. Only 1 3-point field goal taken by HolyCross, did not get it, and only gone to the line have the Saints 6 times. They're 4 of 6 for 66.7%. They have 24 rebounds to just the 12 for Olivet, so a big edge there. That's helped them stick around. 9 total fouls. They have 8 assists, 21 turnovers, however, compared to just 9 for Olivet. There's another huge story. And 1 block. They have only 3 steals, 2 by Jillian DeLucia. So they were in the paint in the first half. HolyCross outscoring Olivet 22-16, but the points off turnovers, a whole different story. 21-4 in favor of Olivet. 6-2 for Olivet on second chance points. 4-0 on fast break, and an obvious lead here for Olivet with as much as they substitute 24-12 in bench points. Score has not been tied, and only 1 lead change. So 38-28 is our score. HolyCross is going to have to keep trying to do some things that they want to do here and make every possession count. We're going to take a timeout and be back with more here at halftime. Our score is Olivet Nazarene 38, HolyCross 28. You're listening to women's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
He wanted to be known for doing his best. His best made him Major League Baseball's most valuable player. Strike 2. He played in 6 World Series and was elected to the Hall of Fame. Although an honest man, he was best at stealing home. But the best quality of Jackie Robinson's life was his character. So here's to you, Mr. Robinson. Thanks for passing it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com. College softball players Mallory Holtzman and Liz Wallace know winning isn't everything.
It's how you hold your head at the end of the game and how you walk off the field.
These 2 athletes carried their opponent around the bases after she injured herself hitting the winning home run.
Whether you win or lose on the field, if you did the right thing, then you did win.
And they showed us the right thing is sportsmanship. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots. Toys,
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
Dwayne Lewandowski and Matt Copsey, and thanks to Pat Doherty for stepping in there at halftime while I went and had a chance to talk to Mike McBride. And Dwayne, coming up in the second game, HolyCross already set a record there for the men, having won their 5th consecutive game against Great Lakes this past Monday. And the one thing I had a chance, and we'll play the interview, but having had a chance to get to know Mike McBride, Mike McBride is someone that is not going to take mediocre. he's someone that is going to demand perfection. He's not going to settle for average, and that's what he's asking out of these players. And, you know, one of the things that he talked about that he likes about this club so far in the early going is their mentality and their ability to think, and they become smarter players. And I think that's one thing that, you know, at times we saw Holy Cross last year, the men's team, you know, lack that focus at times last season. And, you know, they've had it at times this season, but the one thing that I mentioned to him was in the game Monday night against Great Lakes, they struggled early on, but then once they got going, they were able to get on a roll.
Well, Matt, it happens to every team. You play a long season, you run into trouble focusing sometimes in a game. There isn't any question about it. But where I think you make a great point about Mike McBride and his demand for perfection is that when he sees his team starting to lose that focus, he calls a timeout immediately. Some coaches, and that works for them too. They'll try to let their team work themselves out of it. But Mike McBride wants to remind his club why they're out there, why he's here as their coach, and how to stay focused. And I think that has become more evident as the young season is growing a little older here. You can see that from him. He doesn't waste any time when there's an issue, and it's not like he burns all of his timeouts in one half to do that. He does it at a precise time, and he's very good at picking and choosing that time to get his team refocused and back on track. So chance for 6 in a row in our second game here this afternoon from the McKenna Arena here at the File Center. We'll have that for you after this women's game. But there are some things for the women to take care of. They're down 10 here at halftime to Olivet. They certainly have had a chance to be much closer. They could have been worse. They've done some good things. They've done some things that they'd like to have back. We talked about it at halftime with Pat, where they have to keep moving around and keeping the ball movement going and looking for the open shot underneath, and they have to make those, Matt, does Holy Cross, because you don't get many opportunities, and you want to make the easier ones count.
Well, and I took a look. I know you guys kind of talked about the fact, you have 21 turnovers in the first half. But an encouraging fact was, early on they struggled with the rebounding, but they basically doubled the rebounding, and I think that was their ability to get the second and third opportunities once they were able to. And the fact that they were limiting to Olivet Nazarene for the majority of the first half to one and done.
Right.
But you have to come down. They're 12 of 26 from the field. They've only attempted the 1 3-pointer as we mentioned earlier. So they just have to find a way to cut those turnovers. If they can keep those turnovers under 10 here in the second half and maybe convert a few of those opportunities, anything can happen, Dwayne. And because Amy Nesbajani will probably be the first one to tell you they're fortunate to only be 10 points down at halftime, considering that you have 21 turnovers in this ball game.
The last field goal by Holy Cross was with 5:20 to go in the first half, so that tells you how the basketball has just not been going in. It's been tough to find shots as well for Olivet. The largest lead was 12 with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Holy Cross did have a 2-point lead way back early in the game. They scored the first basket of the game by Lindsey Steffen, and that's another concern. Lindsey Steffen, one of the leading scorers on this team, Matt, just disappeared from the scoring.
Well, you have to realize she picked up those 2 quick fouls and basically sat the entire first half.
Right. That hurt. So we're back in action here, and a long 3 put up by Liz Bart is no good, so the struggles continue on the outset here, but here's a rebound, and this time it's taken by Olivet, and Liz Bart will get it. Bart goes up another 3, and in off the glass. That's one of those throw it up and hope, and that one went in. So it's 41-28, the lead now 13, and now here comes the steal right back, and Liz Bart with another 3, no good, and the rebound taken off by Taylor Hamus, and Hamus, who's had a big impact already here in the first 32 seconds, and that's all she's going to see is a fresh 5 comes in for Olivet. But Hamus on there comes up with a big rebound off a missed 3, and then a steal here. And then a get back. So
it seems to me that Olivet is going to make a concerted effort to shoot the 3 a little bit more here in the second half.
Shot put up and scores. Yep, you're right. James Stewart just nailed it.
And Dwayne, they've already almost equaled their total. They were 3 out of 14 in the first half, and here in the second half they're already 2 out of 4.
And a foul charged to Olivet. It's going to go against Courtney Ellenball, who tripped Oh, I'm sorry. It's on Jocelyn Nicholson. Jocelyn Nicholson, who tripped Lindsay Steffen going down at half court. Now the inbounds to Steffen. Matt, they average Olivet 52 three-pointers a game, so the fact that they only had 15 at halftime.
Well, and I think a lot of that had to do with the defensive pressure that Holy Cross were putting on them. They were forcing them out of that comfort zone. There's another turnover for Holy Cross.
But it is on the ground, and let's see who does what in a jump ball, and it'll go to Holy Cross, so turnover on Olivet. There's an awful lot of passing up top, way out in the front court by Holy Cross to try to find something, and Olivet's beginning with their long arms to stick those hands in there and deflect passes and make it difficult. Now here's Lindsay Steffen. Steffen to Shelby Nelson. Shelby Nelson back out to Fitzgerald to Steffen at the free throw line. And dishes it off to Mary Fitzgerald, who the ball just hangs on the rim on the shot, no good. Falls off, battle for the rebound, Olivet gets it. Quickly up ahead to Jane Stewart. Stewart now way down here, and a drive by Ashley Freeman. She throws it cross court. Nicholson with it, puts up the shot from the left side, and it is no good, and the rebound comes off to Shelby Nelson of Holy Cross. Mary Fitzgerald with it. Fitzgerald. And passes, and it's thrown away, turnover. Holy Cross, and it'll go to Nicholas, and ahead to Jane Stewart. Jane Stewart drives, right shot, right side, put up, no good, but a foul on Holy Cross. So,
and Mary Fitzgerald's going to pick up her second, and that'll be the first team foul.
Fitzgerald with a foul. Not a good start here to begin the second half for Holy Cross as Jane Stewart goes to the line, the 5'8 sophomore guard from Horton, Michigan. First free throw is good, and it is 45-28 now as the lead balloons to 17.
And a 7-0 run here to start the second half.
Kerry Barnes back in for Holy Cross, a fresh 4. And waiting for a 5 if she makes it, and Jane Stewart does, and Miranda Geaver back in for Olivet. So 46-28 with 18-18 to go and an 18-point deficit staring at Holy Cross. Full court pressure applied. Inbounds, and it's Lindsay Steffen who gets it. Passes ahead to Jillian DeLucia. DeLucia drives, kicks it off, and a pass that was thrown and almost stolen away. You have to know that trailer's coming there as Holly Carter nearly came up with a steal for Olivet. DeLucia will inbound. Looking, throws, Shelby Nelson into the paint, puts it on the floor. It deflected away, rebound put up by Nelson, in and out, no good, and a battle and taken down there by Mallory Adam, and Adam is fouled by Holy Cross. Little frustration starting to set in, and it goes against Jillian DeLucia.
DeLucia picks up her third.
So here's the inbound from Mallory Adam, and here behind the back dribble, quickly ahead is Geaver. Geaver back to Adam. Adam with it, loses the dribble. Now into the corner to Jessica Gehrig. Here is Geaver. Geaver kicks it back out. Mallory Adam, a long three, no good. Rimming out, ball on the ground, and Adam gets her own rebound. And now here is Holly Carter for three, no good, and a foul on Olivet on the rebound as a fresh 5 coming in once again for Lawrence Stamatis' crew. Foul is on Miranda Geaver. That's her first and the team's second. 17:41 to go in the game, 46-28. Holy Cross still looking for its first basket since 5:20 of the first half remained. And an inbounds, here's a good chance. There's a 2-on-1, and it's Lindsay Steffen who scores from Kerry Barnes. 46-30, and now a foul, and it's going to go on a charge. It's going to go against Jane Stewart as Megan Eve got the block, and Lawrence Stamatis is not agreeing with that call at all. 46-30 is our score. Olivet with a lead. It'll be Holy Cross basketball. She'd like an explanation. She's come all the way to half court to get it as Lawrence Stamatis. Now the inbounds, and it's Lindsay Steffen puts up the left-handed shot, no good from about 2 feet away, so it'll go off of Olivet. Holy Cross fortunate to get the ball back there. That's another one of those shots, Matt. You just gotta be able to put in. Now DeLucia with the inbounds underneath, and that's why, because the steal, and Liz Bart has it for Olivet, another turnover for Holy Cross, and Bart comes down, gives it to Jane Stewart, who puts up a long three from the left side, no good. Rebound taken away by Hammis, and Liz Bart with another three, yes. Liz Bart from the right perimeter scores, and the lead is 49-30, biggest lead of the game, and now a steal again off a long pass. Jocelyn Nicholson with the steal. They've turned up the defensive pressure, and now here is Olivet with a pass as Jane Stewart gets it down. It's knocked away from Sarah Kearney by Carrie Barnes. Out of bounds, Olivet, and the fresh 5 coming in once again for the Tigers.
And those are backbreakers, Dwayne, especially when you get those rebounds and you get it back. But Olivet been very much more aggressive as there's a missed 3 and a missed basket there by, the missed 3 was by Ashley Freeman. The rebound tried by Mallory Adam was no good, but I think we're going to have a foul.
No, traveling on HolyCross on the rebound as a player went down with it. Maybe it was Carrie Barnes, and a traveling called, and it'll be Olivet basketball right underneath the basket, their own, and throwing it in will be Holly Carter. And she gets it in to Freeman. Freeman out here to Mallory Adam at the top of the key. And now Freeman with it. The lead looking to get over 20 points for the first time today for the Tigers. Here is Holly Carter. Passes down low. Knocked away nicely by Fitzgerald with 17 on the shot clock. It'll remain Olivet basketball. 49-30 our score. Olivet led this 38-28 at the half. Now here's the inbound. And it goes off to Ellenball. Ellenball gets the ball back on a pass underneath, but it is stolen away by Lindsay Steffen. Good help that time by Megan Eve. And now Steffen almost runs out of room here in front of the Olivet bench. Turns around, gets it off to Mary Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald to Carrie Barnes. Barnes, 20 seconds on the shot clock. Fresh 5 coming in for Olivet. Pass down low. It's Lindsay Steffen to Mary Fitzgerald. Her shot no good. And the rebound comes off to Mallory Adam. Who ahead to Courtney Ellenball, who puts up a layup, and it is blocked beautifully there. Great defensive play.
And they're going to say it's going to be off of.
By Shelby Nelson.
It's going to be off of Ellenball as well.
Well, that's a great defensive play. Got to hand it. Shelby Nelson getting down there, all ball, and then it goes off of the Olivet player, and it'll be HolyCross basketball. Good effort that time. Now here's Lindsay Steffen with it on the inbounds. Quickly across the timeline. 49-30 Olivet with the lead. 16 minutes to go. Here's Steffen. Steffen, left side, passes, ball knocked away, and is retrieved by Megan Eve. And now Eve gets it to Steffen, who is bumped on her pass to Shelby Nelson, and a foul on Olivet. And it's going to go against number 25, Taylor Hamus, the senior guard from Wentzville, Missouri. Here is the inbounds from Fitzgerald. Right underneath, put up and in. I was blocked by the referee. Lindsay Steffen. Thank you, Matt. Referee was right there, and I couldn't see. Just knew it went in the basket. 49-32, lead back down to 17. Shot up by, that's just too easy as Miranda Giever drives down the right side of the paint and scores. And it's 51-32. Now a steal on the inbounds. Put up and no good by Hamus. And the rebound to HolyCross. Fresh 5 coming in for Olivet. Here is Mary Fitzgerald with it. Fitzgerald ahead to Lindsay Steffen across the timeline. Steffen will drive. Puts up a pass and a nice save out there, and back to Lindsay Steffen, who scores. Megan Eve with the steal with a nice save, and it's 51-34 and very fast. Here's Giever, drives, puts up the shot, no good. Carrie Barnes with a rebound. Barnes has it picked cleanly by Liz Bart, and Bart's shot is blocked by Fitzgerald and taken by Carrie Barnes. Good defense there by both clubs. Out of dribble for Megan Eve, gets it down to Shelby Nelson, who passes underneath, shot up and put up, no good by Fitzgerald. And now here we are, the fast break. Giever goes up, puts it up from the right side, no good, and Lindsay Steffen gets it. And now here's Fitzgerald with it, with 14:42 to go. Here is Shelby Nelson, and she'll score and is fouled. What a chain of events there, Matt. Back and forth we go with defense and missed shots. And then when it's all said and done, it'll be a three-point play opportunity for Shelby Nelson. And the fourth foul, Matt, on...
Yeah, Jocelyn Nicholson's going to pick up her fourth foul. So Shelby Nelson will go to the free throw line to attempt the three-point play. She's got 8 points. She's 2 out of 4 from the free throw line today.
The fresh 5 in for Olivet. The free throw is good. How about that? After missing her first 2 free throws very badly, Matt, she's hit her last 3, and Nelson will come out for a rest. 51-37, the 20 or 19-point lead down to 14. Plenty of time, 14:39 to go as Fran McCarthy back in. And so also for HolyCross is Shanna Anderson. Now quickly, Olivet with it. And here's a long 3 at the top of the key from Mallory Adam. It's no good, and it'll still go off of HolyCross, remain Olivet basketball.
And that's the way it looks once again, is that Olivet's just going to hoist up the 3 and then head toward the basket to try to get the rebound.
Here's Adam with the top of the key on the inbounds. Now here's Jane Stewart driving into the paint, kicks it back out to Freeman. Freeman guarded by Steffen. Now here's Mallory Adam for another 3 and nails it. Mallory Adam from the left perimeter just to the left side of the top of the key, and that's a big three for Olivet. They go back up 17, 54-37 with 14-10 and counting. And now on the inbounds, it goes off of Kerry Barnes, and a turnover once again for HolyCross.
Yeah, that's 30 now for HolyCross.
That's a lot of turnovers, but that is the type of game that Olivet forces you to play sometimes. All often than not. Now the inbounds, and here is Adam again, and she nails another three. Mallory Adam left open in the far right corner, and with 14 minutes left, the lead now the biggest at 20 points, 57-37.
Yeah, just like when we thought that HolyCross was going to make a run, as Kerry Barnes' layup is up and good.
The assist from Lindsey Steffen on the fast break, 57-39. Here comes Olivet with the lead and the ball, and now it is Jane Stewart, and her pass attempt is thrown away. Turnover as she tried to hit Courtney Ellenbaugh, and we have a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, we're going to keep it here, and we're going to thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. They've been serving Michiana for over 85 years. The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day at Gates Downtown, Gates Chevy World Mishawaka, Gates Toyota Scion South Bend, Gates Island Road at Granger. For over 85 years, Gates dealerships have been providing great growth opportunities for all its employees. If you're interested in becoming one of our team members, stop by our family-owned and operated business. For more information on the Gates Automotive Group, check out the website at www.gatesautomotive.com. And are you looking for somewhere to hang out and watch the big game, or a fun place to take the family out for dinner? Try Beef O'Brady's at State Road 23 and Bittersweet Road in Granger. Open 7 days a week for lunch starting at 11 a.m. Beef O'Brady's features great ribs and wraps, plus you can also build your own burger. Beefs can also cater your next event and has a private party room that can seat up to 60 people. Check us out on Facebook or call 574-271-1415 for more information. Beef O'Brady's, good food, good sports. 13:41 remaining in regulation, and HolyCross, Dwayne, they're trailing 57-39. And you take a look in the second half here. Olivet Nazarene took 14 three-pointers in the first half alone. They've already taken 12 here in the second half. They're 5 out of 12 from the field already here in the second half. So, that's the effort. They're shooting 34% for the game. And, HolyCross, 17 out of 37 from the field, but 30 turnovers is what's been the Achilles heel.
And during that timeout, one of the assistant coaches for Olivet was questioning, I believe, a reset on the shot clock and did not like the response or something. It couldn't have been that. They were not happy with what was decided. But here we go as HolyCross gets the basketball, and they bring it across the timeline. Here's Lindsey Steffen with it. Steffen to Anderson, back to Kerry Barnes. Barnes to Steffen from the right side, gets it to Fitzgerald, puts up the shot from the left side from about 14 feet and scores. 57-41 now with 13:14 to go in the game.
8 points for Fitzgerald.
And it's Giever, puts up the running one-handed layup from the right side, no good. Rebound off to HolyCross. Here's Kerry Barnes with it, another fresh five ready to come in for Olivet. Barnes gets it to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy gets it back out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, nice bounce pass from Steffen to Barnes, back to Steffen, shot blocked and knocked away, and it will go out of bounds and stay with HolyCross with 13 on the shot clock as the new 5 comes in for the Tigers. 12:52 to go in the game, 57-41 Olivet. They've been in control really since being down 2-0. Now here is the inbounds pass. Lindsey Steffen, top of the key, drives into the paint. Shot, Mallory Adams swats it away. Steffen does get it back. 7 on the shot clock. Kerry Barnes down to 5. Here's Fitzgerald driving, puts up the shot. No good. Rebound taken away by Courtney Ellenbaugh of Olivet. Now she throws it ahead to Jane Stewart, across the timeline. Stewart quickly down, and a long three put up by Hammis. No good. And the rebound taken
over the back.
Over the back foul. And it's going to go against Courtney Ellenbaugh of Olivet.
Ellenbaugh pick up her first, and that's the team's 6th.
Kristen Nitka back in the ball game for HolyCross. Shanna Anderson will get a rest. Also coming back in, Shelby Nelson for Lindsey Steffen. 12:29 to go in the game, 57-41 in favor of Olivet. HolyCross inbounding underneath its own basket. Or correction, underneath the Olivet basket as they got to go the length of the court. Fran McCarthy gets it up to Kerry Barnes. And Mallory Adams just gets it out of there. Just dominating with her 6-foot frame. The 6-foot senior forward from Aurora, Illinois, as a fresh 5 comes in for Olivet. But what a job by Mallory Adams underneath.
And I think she's going to get a high five from the coach there as she goes off. That's her third block already of the afternoon.
Here's the inbounds from Mary Fitzgerald, and it is thrown away, but it picked up and retrieved and saved by Fran McCarthy. Good hustle there. McCarthy, and is fouled on the play. It'll go against Olivet, and it's going to go against Miranda Geaver.
Geaver picks up her second, and that's the team 7. So Holy Cross, if there's a silver lining, Dwayne, they're going to be shooting free throws the final 12-16, but they got to convert them.
Down 57-41 are the Saints here with 12:16 to go in the game. 17 fouls to only 2 for Holy Cross. So, as Matt pointed out, a lot of free throws here if they can get to the line. They have not been able to do very much of that. They only had 6 attempts in the first half alone. That free throw was good by Fran McCarthy. He was a pretty good free throw shooter overall, 57-42. Second free throw is also good as she makes both. McCarthy, and we'll get to that in a second. Here's the inbounds, and quickly up to the play now here as back in action. Olivet with it as it is Holly Carter, and she goes up and scores, and a foul. So you can count the basket. Holly Carter driving around the left side, getting the layup. And Carrie Barnes whistled for the foul. Here with 12:05 to go, the lead back to 16, 59-43.
And just like that, they get the lead. They've got the lead down as the free throw's no good, and the rebound to Shelby Nelson.
Nelson has the ball knocked away and stolen away by Miranda Geaver. And Geaver throws up a 3 and misses everything. The ball will go out of bounds. It'll go to Holy Cross. Good hustle by Geaver, but cannot put down the 3. The 3 really has not been there. There have been a couple of daggers that have gone in, Matt, but overall, it's not been a good percentage-wise here for Olivet overall.
No, but the fact that they're shooting more and more here in the second half, they've gotten a few more to fall, it allowed them to get that lead back up there.
That's exactly right. And now here is Olivet, or Holy Cross with it once again, and the ball deflected. And Nitka comes up with it. Nitka, fresh 5, ready to come in once again for Holy Cross, or for Olivet. Now here's a shot put up by Fitzgerald. It's no good. And the rebound comes off to Olivet, and a foul will go against Kristen Nitka as Jessica Gehrig was on the move for Olivet. 11:28 to go in the game. Fresh 5 in again for Lawrence DeMatteis' club. And the Holy Cross band is doing the same thing. Boy, you got to give credit to the Holy Cross band is exchanging 5 of their members and running out of the gym every time Olivet has 5 new players come in. That's just outstanding. That's great. 59-43. Here's Olivet. You got to have some fun with it somehow.
Oh, very much.
Here comes Julian DeLucia as a turnover as Holy Cross comes back with it. Now gets it to Carrie Barnes. Barnes gets it to Jillian DeLucia. DeLucia down low. Shelby Nelson puts up the left hand there and cannot get the roll. Goes off the back of the iron, out of bounds. It'll go to Olivet rather. And those shots underneath just continue to roll off the rim too many times.
Dwayne, those are the ones that hurt when you're that close to the basket and you get you can hit 2 or 3 of them there. It makes a difference in this outcome of the game. I think we're having a little bit of there might be a little medical issue here. I think they said that.
I think it's.
I don't know if there's some blood. Yeah, there's a little bit. I don't know if they said there was some.
He thought that there was something wrong with the.
I thought
there was something wrong with the headband issue. I think that's what it was. I think he made a comment about that. Now here comes Lawrence DeMatteis, and she wants to know.
Okay.
The referee was claiming that she was holding her head and thought maybe that the trainer needed to come over to look for a head injury. Okay, you can't blame a referee for safety first if that's really what he thought. So.
Well, check out the new Gates of Granger on State Road 23. The Gates of Granger is a full-service shop for all brands and models with their state-of-the-art base paint and body shop. You can't go wrong when it's time for all your detailing work. At the Gates of Granger, you can also see and buy the top 10 models of pre-owned cars, pickups, SUVs, and vans. The Gates Automotive Group celebrating 85 years of integrity.
And very smartly here, while Lauren Stamatis continues to plead a case here, the 5 Holy Cross players on the floor have gotten together in a huddle to kind of see if they can rally the troops here. And Lauren Stamatis not happy, but will walk away here, and she'll have to wait to get.
Yeah, she'll have to wait until
Courtney Allenbaugh back into the game here on the next stop.
She'll have to wait for the next possession or the next dead ball.
So here's Jane Stewart with it, very easily breaking up the floor. Now Freeman with it, left side, drives into the paint and has it stolen away. Turnover, Jillian DeLucia with it. DeLucia on the run, all the way down, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound, Megan Eve. Eve gets it out to DeLucia and a foul on Olivet. And it's going to go against Freeman, Ashley Freeman, and a fresh 5 comes in for Olivet. 10:48 to go, 59-43 in favor of the Tigers.
And remember, coming up after this one, we'll have the men's game between Olivet, Nazarene, and Holy Cross here on Regional Radio Sports Network.
Here's the inbounds from DeLucia. DeLucia looking, and gets it in, and now a battle underneath. Shelby Nelson to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy puts it up, and finally, one of those does drop in. 59-45, Fran McCarthy with 2, and now there's a steal by Megan Eve. Good defense to Shelby Nelson. Nelson will drive, put up the shot, and gets fouled. And it's going to go against Mallory Adam, who can't believe it.
Yeah, Mallory's going to pick up her first, and that's going to be 8 on the team.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's going to go on number 11, Courtney Allenbaugh.
That's why she couldn't believe it, because it's not.
So she picks up her second, and now Shelby Nelson will go to the free throw line trying to reach double figures, and she does. She's got 10 now. Dwayne, as you mentioned, she missed those first 2 free throws, and they look very poor, but she's knocked down her last 4 and can pull Holy Cross within 12 here.
Does not get the next one.
Announcer's jinx.
59-46, and very quickly Holly Carter gets it. Nice off pass, and Mallory Adams scores the layup from the left side. That was just too easy once again. Now here's DeLucia with it to McCarthy. McCarthy to Barnes. 2-on-1. Barnes ahead to Shelby Nelson, who scores from the left side. 61-48 in favor of Olivet as they are set to check a new 5 in. Here is Holly Carter with it. Drives down, kicks it back out to Liz Bart. Bart with it, guarded by Barnes. Now a shot put up a 3, no good by Taylor Hamus. And now here we go the other way. It's DeLucia with it. Ahead to Carrie Barnes. Layup is good. Carrie Barnes. And all of a sudden the lead is down to 11 with 9:47 to go. 61-50. It was once 20. Holly Carter, though, driving into the lane, and a foul.
Late call.
Blocking on Fran McCarthy.
That was a late call.
And it'll be a 2-shot free throw coming for Holly Carter. And the fan, now Amy Nespajani voicing her agreement with that call.
Well, they blew that whistle well after the play.
And
it's done.
Holly Carter will go to the line for 2. First free throw good. And a fresh 5 in for Olivet. Coming back in, Mary Fitzgerald for Megan Eve for the Saints. 62-50. Olivet with the lead. 9:42 left. And once again, the pep band with their fresh 5 in. Well, here's the second free throw, and it's good. And they have their one player come in, the band. I'll tell you, 63-50 is the score for Olivet. They lead it with 9:42 to go, but Holy Cross trying to make a game of it here, getting back down here. Here's another 2-on-1. Jillian DeLucia will take it up and miss the layup. Carrie Barnes in the land of the Giants kicks it back out. Now Shelby Nelson on the pass. She'll drive up and can't get the roll. Rebound comes off to Nicholson. Now the ball stolen away by DeLucia and then stolen right back away by Nicholson, and a foul on Shelby Nelson. Oh, a lot of possession changes there. A lot of defense. And a lot of turnovers in this game. 9:21 to go, 63-50, and Olivet has the ball in the lead.
Shelby Nelson looks like she could use a little bit of a break here.
And she's going to get one.
She was tugging on her jersey when she walked down as Lindsay Steffen checks back in. And Nelson's has played real well this afternoon. You know, she's got 11 points now and 6 rebounds.
Here is Giever with it. Now here the other way comes Gehrig, and she puts up a shot off the right side, no good on the running rebound, and the jump ball possession between Lindsay Steffen and Sarah Kearney, and it will remain Olivet basketball, and a new 5 comes in once again for Olivet.
There they go.
Oh yeah, there goes the band with a fresh 5 for them. Now, here is an inbounds, and it is taken there by Carly Nicholas, and a shot put up by Adam from 3 is no good, and then a rebound and a foul on Holy Cross. 9:04 to go, 63-50. Holy Cross still in this thing. You have to think.
Yeah, and Jillian DeLucia picks up her 4th foul, and she'll head to the sidelines as Megan Eve And Kristen Nitt could check in, and Carrie Barnes will have a seat as well for a little while. As
Carly Nicholas goes to the line.
And that's a rare miss. That's only their first miss. They're now 15 out of 17 from the free throw line.
And they can't take advantage. Holy Cross as a battle for the rebound from two players goes out of bounds and will belong right back to Olivet. Those are the kind of things that have hurt Amy Nesbitt-Johnny's club. Although they do steal the inbounds, Lindsay Steffen on the deflection and loses it right back to Olivet as Mallory Adam looks ahead, throws it off to Stewart, and Jean Stewart for three, no good. The rebound battle for and is saved by Mallory Adam. The rebound back to Stewart. Now underneath, put up by Ellenbaugh, and Ellenbaugh is fouled by Lindsay Steffen. It's just those kind of things here this afternoon that have hurt Holy Cross. 8:43 to go, 63-50 in favor of the Tigers, and going to the line, Courtney Ellenbaugh.
Ellenbaugh 2 out of 2 from the line. Make it 3 out of 3 as that one's nothing but net.
That's the thing about Olivet. They may have a poor game now and then shooting the ball from outside, but they are deadly from the line. Now, here's the second free throw, and it's good, nothing but net.
Yeah, they came in shooting 70% as a team.
And shooting well over that here in this ball game. 65-50 ahead here very quickly. Lindsay Steffen with the left-handed layup and score from Kristen Nitka. 65-52 is our score with 8.5 to go. A fresh five ready to come in for Olivet. Now, here is Nicholas with it. Holly Carter drives left side, puts up a shot pass type thing, no good. Goes off of Lindsay Steffen. It'll remain Olivet basketball, and a fresh five comes in. Miranda Gieber will inbound. Dakota Hack back in, Jocelyn Nicholson,
and
Liz Bart.
And Shelby Nelson checks back in, and Fran McCarthy will have a seat for the Saints.
Here is Hamas with it, now back out to Nicholson, now to Hack. And now here is Giever, back to Nicholson. Nicholson to Giever, top of the key three. Launched and missed. And the rebound taken away by Lindsay Steffen, who drives through three players and manages to keep the ball. And now is in trouble. And a timeout by Holy Cross. And a good timeout there with 8:01 to play in the game. Our score. It is Olivet Nazarene 65, Holy Cross 52. You're listening to women's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
It's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings. So I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
He wanted to be known for doing his best. Sure right. His best made him Major League Baseball's most valuable player. Strike two. He played in 6 World Series and was elected to the Hall of Fame. Although an honest man, he was best at stealing home. But the best quality of Jackie Robinson's life was his character. So here's to you, Mr. Robinson. Thanks for passing it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life at Values.com.
Welcome back to the File Center in the McKenna Arena. It is Olivet 65, Holy Cross 52. Quick check of the stats. Olivet shooting just 31% for the game, 24% from three-point range, and they still lead by 13. Holy Cross with the basketball. On the inbounds, it is Lindsay Steffen. Ball knocked away and stolen away, and one of the reasons is the 34th turnover just committed by Holy Cross. However, a traveling call on Liz Bart wipes out a basket for Olivet, and another break for Holy Cross, Matt.
And it looks like Olivet's going to be a little full court pressure. It looked like almost another steal there, but they're going to say that the ball was deflected on the inbound. They're going to move over to the other side here.
Dakota Hack at 5'10", a pretty large frame there on the inbounds defender. They do get it in, and it's Nitka, and she will lose it. And it goes off of Olivet, another break, and another fresh five coming in for the Tigers. As Lauren Stamatis continues to pour players out as often as she can here, as a full court press applied, and it's up to Jillian DeLucia, who breaks it easily. Shelby Nelson with it now. Back to DeLucia. DeLucia out front. Gets it to Mary Fitzgerald to Lindsay Steffen. Steffen down to Megan Eve. Megan Eve to Steffen. 13 on the shot clock. Jillian DeLucia, top of the key. Now it's Lindsay Steffen drives left side. Bounce pass underneath. Mary Fitzgerald up and good. Mary Fitzgerald with a much-needed basket lead down to 11. Got to get back on D. Long three launched. It's no good, and a traveling call and a good one as they take a jump step, Matt, basically to take a three. That's about the second time Jessica Garrett has been called, and there have been a couple others as now another fresh five comes in for Olivet. It didn't take long. It was 26
seconds because it was 7:46. Now it's 7:20. I'm starting to look at the clock when they do this. See if there's a pattern.
Believe it or not, on this possession, Matt, if they forget it, couldn't even get it out in time. Could not even get it out in time. Turnover, Holy Cross. I was just going to say on this possession, Olivet with a chance to cut to lead to single digits, but that's not going to happen as a steal. And there's just been too many turnovers, 35 now on the Saints. Here is Geaver with it, and she is fouled by Megan Eve, who tried to make a turnover steal of her own.
Yeah, Megan Eve will pick up her second, and that's now 8. So
both teams with 8.
1 and 1.
Fran McCarthy will check in, and Lindsay Steffen will get a breather. 7:10 left in the game. Plenty of time to make something happen if you're Holy Cross. 65-54, but sending Olivet to the free throw line today, not a good idea. First free throw is good. They are, if I'm correct, Matt, they are now 18 of 21.
Yes.
And that's 85% plus, so well over their 70% average. Second free throw, good. And it is 67-54. Full court press applied. Fran McCarthy ahead to Carrie Barnes. Barnes with it on a 3-on-1. Shelby Nelson calls off the Dogs and brings it back out. Now it's Megan Eve with it on the far right side underneath to Nelson. Puts up the left-handed shot, scores! Shelby Nelson cuts the lead back down to 11. Very quickly it's Geaver. Geaver right up the lane, puts up the layup, and no defense there, but missed the shot. And here we are the other way. Fran McCarthy with a touch pass ahead to Shelby Nelson and has the ball taken away by Holly Carter, but it goes off of Carter out of bounds. It'll belong to Holy Cross.
And Dwayne, Holy Cross has a chance to get this under double digits, and that would be the first time since late in the first half.
Well, that would have been a big shot there.
Actually, at the 3:40, at about the 3-minute mark of the first half, was the last time that Holy Cross had it under double digits.
Good job by Holly Carter to get back there and stop that from happening. But Holy Cross has another chance here. 6:30 to go. Fran McCarthy, Shelby Nelson drives in, puts up the shot, and scores and fouled. A three-point play opportunity here for Shelby Nelson, and the lead is indeed down to 9, 67-58. Foul on Mallory Adam. And both teams now with 9, so it'll be double bonus the rest of the way. 6:30 left, and Nelson with the free throw. It's in and out, no good. The rebound comes off to Ellen
Nelson with 16 in the ballgame.
Very quickly, Jane Stewart with it. Now Liz Bart. And here is Hamus with a long three. No good. And a battle for the rebound to Shelby Nelson. Ahead to Megan Eve across the timeline. Megan Eve with it, with Holy Cross with a chance to get even closer as we approach a JV quarter left. And the pass is saved there by Mallory Adam. Holy Cross sensing the moment here. Here's a pass. McCarthy puts up the shot, blocked by Mallory Adam. It goes out of bounds off of Olivet. And with 6:01 to go, a fresh 5 in for the Tigers. 67-58, a chance to cut this lead to 7, maybe 6 if you're lucky on a 3, although the threes have been far away and few between today for Holy Cross.
Well, they've only attempted 1.
There you go.
And that was by Jillian DeLucia in about the midway point of the first half.
Here's Fran McCarthy with a reverse layup and scores. 67-60, 5:50 to go. Very quickly the other way, Holly Carter with a layup and good. Just let him come right back down and drive the layup and score. And it's 69-60, just that fast. Now DeLucia with it. DeLucia to McCarthy. McCarthy to Megan Eve. Eve back to McCarthy. Well, for a second there, it was down to 7. Now here's DeLucia. Almost traveled with it. Gets it back out to Barnes. Barnes drives into the lane. Puts up the left-handed shot. No good off the bottom of the backboard, but it was last touched by Olivet. And a fresh 5 come in for the Tigers while Mary Fitzgerald checks back in for Holy Cross. 5:22 remaining, 69-60 in favor of Olivet. One side note here, Matt, there's plenty of time left, but Holy Cross has not allowed an opponent to reach 80 points yet this year in a game. And with the high-flying offense that Olivet brought in, and now here's a long three, nailed by Jillian DeLucia. A bomb from way out top of the key. It's down to 6 with 5 minutes and 5 seconds left. Giever puts up the shot and is fouled on the play. She'll get 2. There's really no secret here, Matt. They just run it down the floor as Olivet. They try to make something happen into the lane, and usually they do.
And Mary Fitzgerald picks up her 3rd foul. And Dwayne, both teams with 4 timeouts left in the game, and the possession arrow now favors HolyCross.
2 shots here, and today Olivet just not missing. The lead back to 7 as Miranda Giever scoring. Solid free throw shooter, solid player, and the team leader coming in points per game at 19.
And Giever now with 11.
Here is the inbound, 71-63 our score. DeLucia loses her dribble, gets it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald beats across the timeline. Here's Carrie Barnes right at the free throw lane to Fran McCarthy. Out top to McCarthy. Carrie Barnes with it now, rather from Fitzgerald. McCarthy in trouble. Timeout, HolyCross, and a good timeout there by HolyCross. It's a full timeout, 4:48 to play in the game. It's our score is Olivet 71 and HolyCross 63. You're listening to women's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings, so I can spend a little and still save. Visit TCUnet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
Welcome back to the McKenna Arena inside the File Center here on the campus of HolyCross University. Women's college basketball game here, the first of our women's men's doubleheader here on RSN.com, and HolyCross trying to get back into this thing once down 20. The inbounds pass is out of bounds. It's down to 8. It was down to 6. So great job here, sticking around, hanging around, playing tough, hanging tough, however you want to call it. But plenty of time here with 4:47 to go, Matt, to get back in this thing.
Yeah, and the one thing that's Olivet Nazarene, they're 10 of 11 from the free throw line here in the second half. And HolyCross with 4 players in double figures as Carrie Barnes throws up a 3 that's off the mark and no good, but Mary Fitzgerald with the rebound.
Fitzgerald with it, gets it to McCarthy and throws it away. Over McCarthy's head. Here's Giever with it, ahead up to Liz Bart and misses the layup. So HolyCross dodges a bullet there. Now Fitzgerald back the other way. Gets it back out to DeLucia, to Carrie Barnes. 4:20 to go.
Oh, nice pass.
McCarthy all alone and scores over Adam, and it's 71-65. 4:12 to go in the game.
Great pass by Carrie Barnes, and notice Fran McCarthy. They lead down to 6 with about 4 minutes left.
And a three-pointer is up and in by Taylor Hamas. So the answer there, and it's a dagger. The lead back to 9 with 4 minutes to go. Huge 3 there for the Tigers. Now the inbounds DeLucia. And the ball taken by Carrie Barnes ahead all alone. Shelby Nelson with an easy layup scores. And a substitution timeout taken by Olivet. That's all. We'll keep it right here. 3:49 to go. The lead 7, 74-67 in favor of Olivet.
18 now for Shelby Nelson to go along with 7 rebounds.
Matt, this is starting to remind me a lot of last year, where they just hung around, stayed about 5, 6, 7, 8 points behind. Couldn't get it down, but Olivet couldn't put it away. Now the inbounds and a foul.
Touch foul on Megan Eve.
Yep. Megan Eve will be called in double bonus time for everybody. And again, you don't want to put Olivet at the free throw line too often, as they have just been on fire from there in this ball game.
Yeah, 10 out of 11 here in the second half.
And Jane Stewart, a 5'8 sophomore guard from Horton, Michigan, will go to the line and shoot
Yeah, it's double bonus now, so final 348, they'll be shooting 2 every time, and that's nothing but net.
No, none of them even hit the rim. It's just really a solid free throw shooting day today for Lawrence Dematis, and that very well could be the difference. And then I say that, and it comes off the front of the rim. Shooters jinx the other way, or announcers jinx the other way. How's that? Now Kerry Barnes with a 3 from the right side. Oh, in and out, no good. That would have been huge. The shot taken down and rebound there by Sarah Kearney. Here comes Jane Stewart with a fast pass, and Freeman puts up a 3 blocked by Kerry Barnes, stolen away by DeLucia, but retaken away by Allenbaugh. Now here's Freeman for 3 and nails it. Ashley Freeman with a huge 3 and the lead back to 11. And I don't know if that'll be too much to overcome or not, but it does not help with 3:13 to go. Here is HolyCross with it the other way. Fresh 5 ready to come in for the Tigers. Megan Eve to Shelby Nelson. Nelson back out top, and a long 3 put up by DeLucia off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound HolyCross, however, and it's Fran McCarthy with it. McCarthy drives into the paint. Bounce pass underneath. Kerry Barnes, shot blocked by Kearney. Taken away by Freeman of Olivet. She'll just drive down, bounce pass, gets it into Allenbaugh, who was fouled by Shelby Nelson. Courtney Allenbaugh will go to the line for 2. And with 2:47 to go, Matt, it's going to be awfully tough now, down 11.
Yeah, especially the way they've been shooting free throws. I know they missed one on that last possession, but that's the only way now that you're going to be able to stop. Although, you know, it doesn't seem like Olivet Nazarene's going to be content to come down and run time off the shot clock and look for a good shot. It's going to be in and out.
So, substitutions coming in. I'm having a little fun with the referee, Matt. I'm sorry. You're right.
Oh, that's all right. First one up and good.
First one is good, and it's 79-67. Here is the second free throw, and it is also good as the free throw parade continues, and Dakota Hack in for Olivet. They came in with a fresh 4 that time, and now Hack after the free throw comes in. Full court pressure applied. The lead back to 13. 2:45 to go. Here comes Fitzgerald with it to Kerry Barnes. Barnes, a cross-court pass, touch pass now, and it's Fitzgerald. I'm sorry,
Shelby Nelson.
Shelby Nelson went up and is blocked and fouled there, and I think they're going to get Mallory at him, but I'm not positive. Let's see. No, it's not. It's going to be on Miranda Geaver instead. So 2 shots. Lawrence Dematis not happy with that call, and she's calling the referee back over here to find out what she did wrong. Did Geaver. First free throw, no good by Shelby Nelson.
Yeah, she's missed her last 3. She hit 4 in a row, and she's missed her last 4 now.
Second free throw is good. Shelby Nelson has played a very good game here today.
Yeah, she's got 19 and 8 rebounds.
80-68. Here is a long 3 launched and put up from the left side, no good by Jessica Gehrig, and so Mallory Adam gets another 3 from the top of the key, and that's no good. And a rebound off to Dakota Hack, and she is fouled by Fran McCarthy of HolyCross. 2 shots here coming up for Dakota Hack, 5'10" forward, junior forward from Bristol, Tennessee.
And Dakota Hack, one of the few players, is yet to score today, but that
changed there with that free
changed
throw.
there with the free throw.
Lindsey Steffen back in for HolyCross. Kerry Barnes will have a seat. 81-68 our score in favor of Olivet. 2:24 to go in the game. The lead had been cut to 6, but Olivet has retaken control here as the second free throw is no good. Shelby Nelson with a rebound, and then on a pass to Mary Fitzgerald on a double team, it's off of Fitzgerald, turnover. Ball goes
37 turnovers.
Goes to Olivet Nazarene. Just too many of those type of possessions today. Again, that's the kind of play that Olivet puts on you, though. It's not. Here's a long 3 launch from the left side by Hamus. It's no good, and the rebound off to HolyCross. Fresh 5 ready to come in, and a steal by Hamus. Hamus on a pass, and Lindsey Steffen tries to steal it back, but it goes off her leg and out of bounds. Belongs to Olivet, and the Tigers bring in a new 5. 2:06 remaining in the game. HolyCross trailing 81-68.
It looks like the band has decided to forego the line change themselves.
Oh, here's an inbounds play, bad pass, and a jump ball here.
Jump ball is going to go to HolyCross.
HolyCross unable to, or Holly Carter rather, not able to come up with that play. Did a good job to get her hands on it. Lindsey Steffen created a jump ball, so turnover on the Tigers. 2:02 to go. And with the score 81-68 in favor of Olivet. Inbounds pass now. It'll go to Lindsey Steffen. Steffen back to Mary Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald ahead to Megan Eve. Across the timeline to Fran McCarthy. McCarthy looking, and dumps it back down to Megan Eve on the right side. McCarthy underneath, right side layup to Lindsey Steffen, no good, but there for the putback is Shelby Nelson, and that's no good, but Lindsey Steffen on the other side of the basket gets the rebound putback. 81-70 with $1:38 left. Lead 11 for Olivet. Now here is Holly Carter. Carter with it, and the ball taken away. Steal by Megan Eve, and another fresh 5 ready to come in for the Tigers with 1:27 to go. Fran McCarthy gets it up to Shelby Nelson. Nelson drives, gets it off to Mary Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald dumped in from Eve, and it's Shelby Nelson off the glass and in. Timeout. Timeout, Holy Cross. And with 1:15 remaining in the game, Matt, it's a 3-possession game. Our score, Olivet 81, Holy Cross 72. It's a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, we're going to keep it here and thank our friends at the Gates Automotive Group. The Gates promise of fairness, honesty, and integrity can be seen each day by the Gates family with their involvement in the local community. The Gates family has been actively involved in many of our local churches, colleges, and universities. The Gates Automotive Group is family-owned and operated, has been serving Michiana for over 85 years. Quick game reset here as we head into the final 90 seconds of the ballgame. Holy Cross has 2 timeouts left. Olivet Nazarene has 3, and the possession arrow at this point favors Olivet Nazarene with 1:15 remaining in regulation.
81-72. Olivet with the lead in the basketball on the inbounds, and it is taken by Geaver. Miranda Geaver quickly in the front court drives right by everybody, puts up a shot, and is fouled. I'll tell you what, Miranda Geaver's speed is just too much for Holy Cross here this afternoon, as she just takes it right down past everyone, drives the lane, and then draws the foul from Fran McCarthy on the bump, and she'll go to the line for 2 more. Miranda Geaver, 5'8", senior guard from Moline, Illinois. First free throw is good. Nothing but net again. 82-72 as Kerry Barnes will check back in for the Saints, and Megan Eve will come out.
Yeah, Geaver's now 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. She's got 12 points for the afternoon.
Here is the second free throw, and it is up and good, as that one did roll in. 83-72 with 1:09 left. Kerry Barnes against the full court pressure gets it to Mary Fitzgerald, who manages to stay with him and has her pocket picked by who else? Geaver, but it is saved, and now back the other way. Turnover on Holy Cross. Now battle for the basketball. Taken away by Kerry Barnes, and a turnover by Olivet, and a timeout by Holy Cross. And again, coming out here, Lauren Stamatis doesn't agree with that call at all. She felt that there was a takeaway, and it's a 30-second timeout by Holy Cross.
Yeah, and are you looking for somewhere to hang out and watch the big game, or a fun place to take the family out for dinner? Try Beef O'Brady's at State Road 23 and Bittersweet Road in Granger. Open 7 days a week for lunch starting at 11 a.m. Beef O'Brady's features great ribs and wraps, plus you can also build your own burger. Beefs can also cater your next event and has a private party room that can seat up to 60 people. Check us out on Facebook or call 574-271-1415 for more information. Beef O'Brady's, good food, good sports. Beef O'Brady's, home of the Coach's Box, can be heard every Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. live on one of our affiliated stations, WGCS 91.1, The Globe out of Goshen.
58.6 seconds to go. Dwayne Lewandowski along with Matt Copsey. We're glad you joined us here on the Regional Radio Sports Network, rsn.com. As Holy Cross trailing by 11 here on the women's game. We have a men's game to follow. Shelby Nelson with a shot up, no good here. But the rebound goes to Mary Fitzgerald, and she scores. And the lead is 83-74. Going to need a stop here of some kind in a hurry. Here's a cross-court pass. It's Freeman. Freeman dribbling now. Will drive into the paint. Looking around. Another fresh 5 ready to come in. And there's Geaver. Puts up the shot and is fouled. And it's just the same old story. Miranda Geaver, the drive and the foul, and she'll go to the line for 2 more, 40.9 to go.
And I think Fran McCarthy is fouled out of the contest.
And you're right, I believe so. Yep, as Megan Eve will check back in for Fran McCarthy.
And Fran will foul out with 12 points and 5 rebounds.
And a fresh 5 coming in for the Tigers. 4. You have to wait for Geaver to make her free throws or miss. 40.9 to go. It's 83-74. Lead is 9 for Olivet.
Well, Geaver 7 out of 8. Oh, and she missed one.
Missed the first free throw. And the shooter will be coming in for her if she makes this next one. Miranda Geaver. Very fast point guard, very good player. Gets the roll on the second one and will come out as Jane Stewart checks back in. Full court press, 84-74, lead 10. very strange ball game in its own way, Matt, today. I'm sure there'll be a lot of talk about missed opportunities for Holy Cross as Lindsey Steffen drives left side, puts up the shot, missed everything, but there's Shelby Nelson with a rebound, put back, timeout Holy Cross. 31.9 to go. It is 84-76, and it's a full timeout. 31.9 to go here in regulation. Our score, it's Olivet Nazarene 84, Holy Cross 76. You're listening to women's college basketball action on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
More students than ever are considering Holy Cross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? Holy Cross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. Holy Cross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. Holy Cross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. Holy Cross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit Holy Cross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
Welcome back to the McKenna Arena inside the File Center. Dwayne Lewandowski along with Matt Copsey here. The final 31.9 seconds of our women's game. The men's game to foul. Steal by Holy Cross underneath. Shelby Nelson with the steal and a shot put up. It's blocked there, and it's Lindsey Steffen. Now she drives, puts up the shot, and will draw the foul. So with 23.4 seconds to go, shot clock now is off. And the foul on Olivet, and I believe that's going to go against Taylor Hamas, and that's her fifth, I think.
No, it's only her second.
Oh, okay, because she's walking over.
She's just walking down the court.
All right, I'm sorry. Steffen hits the first free throw, and coming in is Miranda Geaver once again, no doubt for ball handling purposes. Here's the lead down to 7 and back down to 6, 84-78. This is as close as Holy Cross has been in the second half.
It was 69-63.
Here is Geaver, and she'll bounce pass it. Ooh, that was there for the taking, but there it is. Courtney Ellenbaugh puts in the clincher for sure, and a turnover on the inbounds. Why not? Here it is that was Liz Bart that got the inbounds, and then a foul off the pass. Let's see who they get it on.
I think it's going to be on Mary Fitzgerald.
It is on Fitzgerald as Taylor Hamas will go to the line for Olivet. Boy, so quickly. The things that Olivet does poorly, they turn around and do so many things well that fast. It's lightning quick, as the first free throw is good, 87-78, and the lead could go back to 10 here with 13.8 seconds to go. Second free throw up and nothing but net, and it's good. So here is, and you take the pressure off for the first time in the game with 13.8 to go. Mary Fitzgerald with it. Fitzgerald bounce pass underneath to Shelby Nelson to Lindsey Steffen. Steffen with 8 seconds. Here is a long three that's put up and good out there by Megan Eve. And it's 88-81 with 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds, 1 second, and that will do it. A gutty effort by Holy Cross here to hang with a very up-tempo Olivet Nazarene's women's team comes up short. Our final score in the women's game here, Olivet 88 and Holy Cross 81.
Yeah, we're going to take a timeout. We come back. We'll hope to be joined by our Holy Cross women's coach, Amy Nespajani. You're listening and watching Holy Cross basketball on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
And we have head coach Amy.
Considering Holy Cross College for their future. Have you started to think about yours? Holy Cross College is a Catholic, co-ed, 4-year institution of higher learning, offering a great curriculum with 11 NAIA varsity sports. Holy Cross offers 21 majors and minors, so you can excel in the subjects you love. Holy Cross also has the lowest tuition rate of all the private colleges in Michiana. 90% of students receive financial aid with an average award of over $24,000. Holy Cross College students have resources such as peer tutoring, writing, and math centers to ensure your academic success. Most importantly, professors know who you are and your strengths and weaknesses. Together, building your future. Be part of the 524 students that enjoy a lively on-campus experience, offering a vibrant social life with countless clubs and intramural activities that enhance your college experience. Visit Holy Cross College now. The experience matters. hcc-nd.edu.
There we go. Might have to turn the mic on. Welcome back here to the File Center, where Holy Cross falls 88 to 81 to Holy Cross. To Olivet Nazarene. We're joined by Amy Nesperjani. And Coach, you came up short, but you have to be encouraged by the way the determination your girls show.
You know, we executed a plan. They came out, they played hard, and, you know, to be quite honest with you, we made more field goals than them, and so it came down to the free throws. The free throw shooting and the poor officiating, quite honestly, because, you know, we weren't fouling as much as it looked like we really were. So, you know, the girls came out, they really executed a plan to out-rebound the team 61 to 37 and to fall 7 points short. You know, I'm proud of what the girls did.
Well, Coach, you were down 20 points in the second half. It looked like it might get away from you, but you guys really hung tough, got it down to 6 there a couple of times, and even right up to the end, we're fighting with a chance. And, you know, I know your game plan, you wanted to kind of probably spread the floor out a little bit and hope for a basket on a back door or something underneath. Do you think your kids, under the pressure, maybe passed up a shot or two here or there, or were they, when they could have gone to the lane, or was it just some things that happened that went in Olivet's favor?
No, that was really our plan. I mean, we didn't want to shoot it fast. We wanted to work the clock. We wanted to make them scramble, because they were, you know, as everybody saw, they were out there scrambling. They were running around like chickens with their heads cut off, really. And, you know, we got point-blank layups. If you would look at a shot chart, we shot either point-blank layups, and we either missed them, or they were, you know, right at the end of the shot clock with some contact down there. So, you know, the girls, they really did execute a plan, and that's what I can be proud of them for.
Okay.
Amy, we talked about how the freshmen have been coming along, and I thought Shelby Nelson really had a breakout game today. She did a great job. You know, she double figures in points and rebounds, and she really did a great job of keeping you back and getting you back in the ball game there.
Oh yeah, she's a fighter, and, you know, that's, you know, she's really coming into her own still, and, you know, I'm excited to have her for another couple of years anyways. But, you know, that, you know, at the end of the game when she had that steal, that's just how she is. She's a tough-nosed player.
Well, it's a tough stretch here of on your schedule as well, Coach. It doesn't get any easier with this with some of the games coming up. What do you talk to your kids here now about moving forward?
You know, you know, like I said, they executed a plan. If we can continue to execute plans, we're gonna get a break here.
Okay, Coach. Thanks a lot for joining us on the post-game show. Good luck in your next game. That's Amy Nesperjani, the head coach of the Holy Cross women's basketball game, joining us here on the post-game show. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this timeout for some stats and facts, Matt.
Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back after this timeout to give you the final stats and get you set up for the men's game coming up in a little bit. You're listening to Holy Cross. You're listening and watching Holy Cross basketball on the Regional Radio Sports Network. Oh no! No, you were fine. Okay. I was turned on the wrong one.
Hello there, this is Nat King Cole, wishing you all a happy and a Merry Christmas.
The joy of living is in the giving. So let's give lots of toys for tots.
Since 1947, the United States Marine Corps has been helping Santa fill his sleigh, making happier holidays for deserving children right in your community. Go to toysfortots.org and learn how you can make a difference.
Hi again, it's me, Sarah. I just got a text from TCU that means my first paycheck got deposited. I can't wait to treat myself. Of course, Mom and Dad want me to save, and thanks to TCU Everyday Savings, I can. Every time I use my TCU Debit MasterCard, TCU rounds my purchase up to the next dollar and moves the change to my savings, so I can spend a little and still save. Visit tcunet.com to start owning your financial future. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back here to the McKenna Arena at the File Center, where Holy Cross, a tough 88-81 loss to Olivet Nazarene. Olivet Nazarene improves to 6-5 overall, 3-1 in the CCAC, and Holy Cross drops to 2-8, 0-2 in the CCAC. And taking a look at some statistics here for Olivet Nazarene. Miranda Deaver, 3 of 13 from the field, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. She led the way for the Tigers with 13 points. She also had 5 steals. Liz Bartz, 3 of 10 from the field, including 2 of 6 from three-point range, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She had 10 points and 6 steals. Taylor Hamus, 2 of 10 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line for 9 points. She had 3 rebounds and 3 steals. Mallory Adams, 4 of 11 from the field for 10 points. She had 6 rebounds, 5 block shots, 1 steal. Dakota Hack, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for 1 point, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Ashley Freeman, 3 of 7 from the field, all from three-point range. She had 9 points. Carly Nicholas, 2 of 3 from the free throw line for 2 points. Courtney Allenbaugh, 2 of 3 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Jocelyn Nicholson, 2 of 4 from the field for 4 points. She had 2 rebounds and 4 steals. Holly Carter, 3 of 6 from the field, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 12 points. Jane Stewart, 2 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 8 points. Jessica Garrick did not score, and Sarah Kearney did not score. Olivet Nazarene, 24 of 74 from the field for 32%, 10 of 40 from three-point range for 25%, but the telling tale, 30 of 36 from the free throw line for 83%. For Holy Cross, Lindsay Steffen, 6 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 14 points. Megan Eve, 1 of 3 from the field for 3 points. Jillian DeLucia, 2 of 7 from the field for 5 points. Mary Fitzgerald, 6 of 13 from the field, 12 points. Shelby Nelson, 9 of 18 from the field, 5 of 10 from the free throw line, 23 points. She also had 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 1 steal. Carrie Barnes, 4 of 10 from the field for 8 points. Krista Mitka played but did not score. Maggie Gondek played but did not score. Shanna Anderson, 1 of 3 from the field for 2 points. Carmen Lowe, 1 of 1 from the field for 2 points. Fran McCarthy, 4 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 12 points. Holy Cross was 34 of 75 from the field for 45%, 2 of 6 from the free throw line for 33%, 11 of 16 from the 2 of 6 from three-point range for 33%, 11 of 16 from the free throw line for 69%. Holy Cross had 61 rebounds in the game, as we mentioned, 12 for Shelby Nelson, 37 for Olivet Nazarene, 9 for Courtney Allenbaugh. 12 assists for Olivet Nazarene, 3 for Courtney Allenbaugh. Holy Cross had 20 assists in the game, 5 for Lindsay Steffen, 4 for Julian DeLucia. 40 turnovers for Holy Cross, 20 for Olivet Nazarene, 9 blocks for Olivet Nazarene, 5 for Mallory Adam, and 3 for Sarah Kearney, 4 for Holy Cross, 2 for Mary Fitzgerald, 29 steals for Olivet Nazarene, as we mentioned, 6 for Liz Bart, 12 for Holy Cross, Julian DeLucia with 5.
There's no question that the 40 turnovers were huge in that game for Holy Cross. It's too many to overcome, and then the free throws were big as well. So you got to hand it to Olivet. They managed to get the win here today, well below their 117-point road average. So they held them down there almost by 30 points. But they get the win anyway, and it's another tough loss for the women. They'll have to pick up the pieces very quickly as they have another game coming up here very
on Tuesday they will
Spring Arbor.
They will host Spring Arbor. That will be a 5:30 tip-off. You can join us here on RRSN.com. Pat Doherty and Adam Demery will have the call for you. And so that's going to do it for the coverage of our women's game. Once again, the final score was Olivet Nazarene, Holy Cross 81. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we're going to get you ready for the men's game between Holy Cross and Olivet Nazarene. You're listening and watching Holy Cross Basketball on the Regional Radio Sports Network.